grabbed my foot, and I tussled with it for a second to like get it off my foot, and then I just yanked it by the nape of the neck, and I threw it across the yard.
Yeah, police say they found the fox and it was euthanized. They're going to be testing them for rabies. That's the latest news. Traffic and weather next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News. No, dude, all clear of crashes on the interstates. Just got the regular brake, tap, and stop and go in the regular places, especially northbound 65 up to the South Loop and then the eastbound South Loop over to 65. And remember, you got the Wilson County Fair in Lebanon. You got slow traffic there at 40 eastbound between 840 and the Lebanon Watertown Sparta Pike exit 239. I'm Ken Weaver.
Hello, boys and girls, children of all ages. Welcome in. It's the Matt Murphy Radio Show underway for another day. I hope that it's an exciting adventure over the course of the next 4 hours, and I hope you're able to spend every single moment with us. Thank you for being here right now. Whether you're watching, whether you're listening, whatever platform you might be utilizing, I appreciate you. We're obviously on a lot of different ones. We've got the 99.7 FM radio dial. Many of you utilize that, particularly in your automobiles, and I thank you for doing so. From Kentucky to Alabama and all points in between, right there on your radio, 100,000 watts of blowtorch power. We also join you on TuneIn, iHeart, Spotify. I just named those three because those are biggies. We're on other apps, other platforms of a audio variety, and you can also download our own app and take us wherever you'd like to go at Supertalk 99.7 WTN. Then, of course, there's Talk TV, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Rumble. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Rumble. If you go over to YouTube, you'll see that I'm currently being attacked by devil squirrels, and I can't stop laughing about it. Yes, the devil squirrels at my home have taken up residence. They will not leave me be. It's hotter than Hades, and so they've decided to incorporate that into their master plan with hay forks and little and forked tails and little horns.
You need to release Mrs. Beasley and Munson on those squirrels.
Beasley is too damn slow, and I keep telling her this, Ken. She's got to work on it. We need more repetition. We need more practicing because she gets out there and she thinks she's got them and she don't have them.
Oh.
And those squirrels are quick.
And if Weasley's too slow, Munford doesn't stand a chance.
He's got no shade. He doesn't even try. He just sits there with 2 balls in his mouth. That's what he does. He just sits there with his things. Just, oh, well.
It says it's too hot.
It is. It is hot. I'll give you that. I don't want you to tell me how I feel about it, but
what
it is
are those
hot.
real feels, Ken?
Oh, geez. So this just so happens when I pulled up into the palatial confines of the friendly studios of Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Yes,
that's
sir.
palatial. You nasty people. They said that it was. I didn't say the other thing. I'm listening to Weaver. This is at 2 o'clock. Ken Weaver's doing the top of the hour news.
Yes, sir.
And Weaver's telling us that it feels like it's 119 degrees or whatever. And I pulled up my phone, which is just as much of an authority.
Yes, sir.
And my phone said, stand by now. Let's see what it says now.
Okay.
Because my phone right here, Nashville, Tennessee, it's 94 degrees outside.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And you scroll down here and, oh, look, it feels 95. Now, see, that's the react. So I say it's 94, it feels 95. And I goes, well, that's not right. I don't like that.
But, Brother Murphy, the U.S. National Weather Service in Nashville says over at the airport it's 96 and feels like 103.
On that hot-ass tarmac?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. In that box on top of that tarmac with all those jet engines blowing around?
Yes. Sir.
Feels 105, doesn't it?
Well, no, it says 103.
103. But then, so I looked at that app, and so I thought, well, maybe I'm being too hard on old Brother Weaver. I don't want to be too difficult. I mean, perhaps there's an extreme value in these real feel temperature readings. And so I went to another authority, and I looked at this one. Now, say another app, just slightly different branding. This says that it's 95. Okay, so 94, 95. Feels 107.
Whoo! Ooh, I like that one. I'm going to use that one.
We got to get these eyeballs and these ears on this radio station.
We got to get the hotter temperatures, boys.
We got to make people understand they got to stay inside. Let's just tell them it feels 122. Oh, listen, I get it. It's hot out there and it's humid out there. Y'all be careful. Drink a lot of water if you're out of doors. I can't imagine being on a roof today. Can you?
Dude, a roof, pouring concrete or
anything outside.
Yeah,
it is brutally hot, and I feel for you. Ken, you did a newscast seconds ago.
Yes, sir.
Seconds ago about a little girl and a fox.
Yeah, couple of foxes there in Worcester, Mass, attacking people, and attacked that little girl a little 6-year-old girl on her bicycle.
No.
Tried to drag her right off of it until her big brother came over and kicked the fox away.
That's good. Good for Big Brother, you said?
Big Brother, yes.
Big Brother. Good for Big Brother. I hope the fox didn't have a disease or anything.
Well, that's what they're checking because the next morning, a grandmother out playing with her kids by the name of Janessa Pagan Williams says she was nearly dragged away by a fox. Oh, no, I'm sorry, that's a little girl. Zena Bottom is the grandma.
Okay.
Says she was bitten on the foot while playing with her grandkids, and she kicked the fox, trying to get it off her foot, and then the fox would not relent, so Grandma had to pick the fox up by the scruff of its neck and toss it through the yard.
Holy moly. Some aggressive foxes up there. Where's that, Mass?
That's a Worcester, Mass.
Oh, my goodness. You know what this reminds me of, Ken?
What's that?
Little audio video, Jackson. Ken, you remember this? This is probably going to get us summarily kicked off YouTube. You remember this, Ken?
I'm trying to.
Jackson, you're too young. This thing.
Do you think I'm too young for this?
Yeah. This is like 8 years ago. Ken, you remember this?
I don't remember this.
Oh, Ken. Then goes toot. Duck say quack. Fish go blub. Goes ow, ow, ow. Sing it, everybody. This was the beginning of the end for civilized society.
Yes, sir. Wow.
I just like to let everyone know that Matt Murphy strives and struggles to get eyeballs on the Super Talk television side of things on YouTube every single day.
Yes, sir.
Meanwhile, this video has 1.2 billion views.
Wow.
Do you remember this, Jackson? Are you old
this
enough?
was when I was in middle school.
Okay, hold on. I can't. Oh, we're now speculating that foxes communicate by Morse code. I don't think these guys could speak English. Can we just play this song over and over again and go home?
Till 7.
That'd be great.
It would drive listeners into madness.
Becky says, "Hey Ken, that's a one-hit wonder for you on that Chad Benson."
That is.
show.
I'm gonna put that in. I'm gonna hold that off until next Wednesday.
That sucker hit hard when it hit.
Ken, have you done Gangnam Style yet?
I think we did that one once. Yeah.
Welcome Gangnam Style, which sounds very similar to what does the fox say?
Yes.
By the way, if you're curious, that was Ylvis, 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 which I think is the name of the band, not a name of the dude. And I'm trying to. It was Jackson. It was 12 years ago. So yeah, that's about right. 14, 12 years ago.
It came out before then, though.
Well, the video's been on YouTube for 12 years. 1.2 billion views.
Because I remember when I was like 11.
Well, it was hot. It was a doozy of a hit for the group Elvis back in the day. All right, more important things to get into. Thank y'all for being with us. We appreciate you. We've got Frijay coming up in about 45 minutes or so. You're invited to be a part of Frijay by getting your questions in, 615-737-9986. Ken Weaver, we are pleased to have you. We love Jay Harper. I always try to say that because we don't want it to sound like we don't love Jay. We do. But, we love you, Ken. And I'm glad you're back in studio. I thought you might be at Southern Command today.
I thought I might be too, but boy, my wife is feeling a lot better.
That's good news.
A lot better.
That is great news.
Yes, it is. God is good all the time, man.
God is good all the time. By the way, if you're I talked to somebody at Efficient Heating and Cooling today, and I'll tell you more about Efficient coming up in the 4 o'clock hour. But just a reminder for you folks, I was speaking with Kelly about this. They love taking your calls at Efficient. I'm sure that all the HVAC folks do. I recommend Efficient. I love Jeff Eddy and his work that he does for my home, and I believe he'll do great work for yours. But a reminder, air conditioner, those two words, air conditioner. So you're conditioning the air. So inside of your home, if you want it to be 72 and you put the thermostat on 72, when it gets this hot outside, the AC is going to run most of the time, if not all of the time. So it's one of the reasons we talk about maintenance, so very important. Because of the heat of the day, the AC is going to be working a lot harder than normal. Number two, it is not unnatural for you to set your thermostat at, let's say, 72 and it ride at 74 because it's trying to struggle to keep up because it's 100 degrees outside and it feels even hotter than that. Am I making some sense? So they just wanted to remind you of that. I had a little reason to get them back out to the house next week, and so I was calling about that, and then started having a conversation with Kelly about some of the folks that were calling in, and they're worried obviously about the AC living up to performance standards that you would expect. So. If you are in need, I'll alert you to the telephone number a little bit later on from now. All right, 18 minutes after the hour. Lots to get into. Luigi Mangione has pleaded guilty in his federal trial. We'll talk about that and what it means coming up in just a couple of minutes. I want to continue a conversation that we began yesterday regarding where all of this is going with regard to American society. I don't mean to be too dystopian, I guess would be the word, too down, too pessimistic. You know, I learned years and years ago that no matter what I think might happen, you've got to maintain a certain level of hope and optimism. Otherwise, what are we even doing this for? And I thought the master of this was the late, great Rush Limbaugh. For all of the nasty things that were said about Rush Limbaugh by the political left, largely who never listened to his radio show or his television broadcast, Rush Limbaugh remained optimistic that our better days were ahead of us in the United States of America. He remained optimistic not because of our government, but because of our people, because of people like you, and people like Jackson, and people like Ken, and people like Matt Murphy. It is not our government that makes us great. It is our people that make us great. But we are only as great as we participate. We are only as great as we demand this nation to be. And I have grave concerns, and I got a little pessimistic yesterday. I have grave concerns that we get so caught up in some of the smaller details that we are missing the bigger picture as to what's going on in the United States of America right now. Look, I'll put a real fine point on it. I understand that some of you don't like Marsha Blackburn. I understand that some of you wanted me to yell at Marsha Blackburn earlier this week. I understand that some of you felt like that you feel like she's somehow the enemy. And I understand those frustrations. But I also clearly understand, and I hope you do too, that in the bigger scheme of things, we are battling something much, much worse. And I'm not suggesting that we can't do both at the same time. I'm not suggesting that we should not consistently demand more of our political elected leaders. And Marsha Blackburn, by all accounts, will be the next governor of the state of Tennessee, whether you like it or not, whether I like it or not. It's the system that we have in front of us that elects those leaders that we expect will do the best for the state, and by extension, the best for the United States of America. But there's nothing wrong. There's nothing in the world wrong with expecting more from these individuals. But can we not do that and simultaneously recognize that there is a much more sinister plot going on in the United States of America? And let me tell you, I try to hold on to that optimism that I learned as a youth from Rush Limbaugh. And it's getting more and more difficult every day. We've seen this plot before. And it doesn't end well. And the only way to rechart a different course is to make sure that we understand where the true enemies of the state are and who they are and who they aren't. If I invited a group of 100 people, 200 people over to my home for a big party, I would not have an expectation that every person that walked through my door would agree with me on every single thing. But I think I would have an expectation that if you're invited to my home, that we have some broad appreciation about how things are going to go. And you have a broad appreciation about my expectations of you being in my home. We have individuals coming into the country every day that have no appreciation for our home. We have people that are being elected into leadership roles in the United States of America that have zero appreciation as to what built this country and what made this country great. And they are getting a foothold in the major cities. And this is not even the beginning, but it sure as hell isn't the end. We're in the middle. What they will do, they will, and already have begun doing, they will grow government influence over our daily lives while vilifying the free market sectors that they can get away with vilifying, to the point that they will begin the process of taking over those sectors of the economy. And when they do so, those economic sectors will perform less efficiently. And as they perform less efficiently, instead of suggesting that maybe they're taking the wrong course, it's not the wrong course for them. Their goal is government takeover. I bring all of this up to you because it's on my heart and on my mind. That I think sometimes conservatives and libertarians alike, we get into squabbles amongst ourselves and we lose vision of the greater battle that's in front of us. This is not, and I hope does not come off as a defense or an endorsement of Marsha Blackburn or any other Republican politician. But I am suggesting to you that we need every American presence possible to battle what is coming right now. It is communism. That is not it is not hyperbolic. It is not Matt Murphy being Mr. Negative and pessimistic. It's not talking about something that's down the road 15 or 20 or 30 years from now. This is real. Sadly, in a lot of ways, the way you combat this is antithetical to why people run for public office. You combat it with less government. You combat it with more freedom. You combat it with more liberty. And you insist that our youngsters are taught the values of freedom and liberty over and above security or even public safety. Why am I thinking about this week? Well, one, it was our conversation with Blackburn and the reaction to it. Number two, in the state of Tennessee, one of the reddest states in the United States of America, we have a hell of a lot of Republicans running around talking about how surveillance is perfectly permissible because, public safety. Ken Weaver did the newscast moments ago. And I don't know who the political guy was. I think it was in Murfreesboro, where he said, look, we've had people caught with these cameras, as if that justifies surveillance state. Friends, the most secure piece of earth on this planet is in North Korea. Do you want to be North Korea? They don't have crime there. They don't have kidnappings there. They don't have murders there. And I listen to some of these elected officials talking about flock cameras, and they sound like North Korea. Well, if we prevent one kidnapping, then it's all worth it. No, it's actually not all worth it. Thank you very much. If it costs us the America that you and I grew up in. And that's the opening monologue for this Friday, August 14th, in the year of our Lord, 20 and 26. Back in a moment. Hi, friends, it's Matt Murphy. Let's talk for a moment about this summer heat. Obviously, the heat brings the showers. The showers falls on your, it falls on your property. Then the grass grows and you got to cut it. I mean, it's that time of year, right? Well, you mow big lawns in less time with our friends at Toro. The zero-turn riding mowers are incredible, and you're invited to come on out and see them. They feature Pro DNA. They give you the same cut quality and reliability as commercial mowers for a professional-looking lawn. Toro's unique MyRide suspension system keeps you comfortable over the roughest terrain as well. Ask about their great 0% financing offers at Toro. Go where the pros go. Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply. If you're looking for quality parts, products, or the best advice, visit their one-stop Toro shop. Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply. They have 7 convenient Middle Tennessee locations. Nashville, Bellevue, Murfreesboro, Brentwood, Hendersonville, Mount Juliet, and Franklin. Visit online at dickenssupply.com. dickenssupply.com.
I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Extreme heat warning runs through Sunday. Feels like temperatures of 105 degrees or above. Very possible during this time. We did hit 105 degrees, feels like, over at the airport earlier today. Right now it's 96 and feels like 103 there. Full forecast and traffic coming up in 5 minutes. A reminder about the dangers of hot cars. After a dog died in Antioch this week, police say the temperature inside that vehicle reached 140 degrees. The owner now charged with aggravated animal cruelty. Luigi Mangione faces life in prison after admitting he killed United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in a federal courtroom in Manhattan today. His lawyer says her client was the victim of the nation's healthcare system.
Like the thousands of people who've reached out since this tragedy to share their own experiences, he believed that the system had failed him and destroyed his life.
Well, the prosecutor isn't moved by that.
This was not a spontaneous act of violence. It was deliberate, calculated, and premeditated.
So he could face life in prison on the federal trial, sentencing set for December. The state trial with more serious charges is set for next month, but that is up in the air over possible double jeopardy. And here in Nashville, a former Metro Nashville Public Schools Teacher of the Year is raising concerns about student discipline. Fox 17's Madeline Nolan reports during a Metro Nashville Board of Education meeting, Samira Hardcastle alleged teachers are often forced to keep disruptive students in class and avoid reporting their behavior.
Samira Hardcastle was Teacher of the Year at John F. Kennedy Middle School in Antioch and a Blue Ribbon Teacher of the Year for the district. But in May, she resigned. Her 3-page letter raised a number of concerns about Metro Public Schools. This week, she took them directly to the school board, and that includes discipline.
We are simply banned from reporting them, forcing us to keep disruptive students in the classroom. Statistics are being skewed to protect the district, not our children.
MNPS disputes that. The district tells Fox 17 News it has no evidence that claim has been substantiated at JFK Middle School or district-wide.
Meanwhile, 2 former Metro teachers allege grade fabrication. Teachers say administrators directed them to change failing grades. The district is denying all of this. That's the latest news. Traffic and weather next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News. Right now, we got stop and go brake tapping in the usual places. It is particularly heavy if you are eastbound to South Loop over to 65, then eastbound 440 over to 24. Nolensville Pike going southbound to Thompson Lane there is really backed up, as is eastbound Thompson Lane there over to Nolensville Pike. And, of course, if you're on I-40 in Lebanon, you know you got slower traffic there for the big state fair going on. That'll be between 840 and the Lebanon Watertown Sparta Pike exit. I'm Ken Weaver.
Speaking of the heat, are things cooling off in the bedroom? Have you noticed a lack of heat coming from the bedroom? If that's the case, gentlemen, you don't have to live like this. Did you know that there's an alternative? There's a different way, and it comes from the Tennessee Men's Clinic. Guys, don't trust online sites. Just don't. Go to the urology-based, performance-based experts in Middle Tennessee at Tennessee Men's Clinic. Here's the deal. Tennessee Men's Clinic has 4 separate locations, so there aren't any excuses. They want to see you in person. You come in for an appointment. They'll give you an examination for less than $100. They'll figure out what's going on in your body, and they'll find a plan of action that is going to succeed for you. Is it testosterone levels? Is it something else? Let's find out together with the Tennessee Men's Clinic. And, gentlemen, let's put this in the rearview mirror. Let's heat up that area that needs to be as hot as fire, and that's the bedroom area for you and the loved one in your life. Tennessee Men's Clinic can help. Go to TennesseeMen'sClinic.com or schedule the appointment in Clarksville, in Murfreesboro, in Cool Springs, and the OG in Nashville. 615-208-9090, 208-9090. Oh, I'm sorry. It's time for me to get back on the radio. I was just watching a video. You know, sometimes I get very frustrated. I get despondent. I get fearful of what the future might hold. And you know how I mean, Ken, you know me well enough. You know how I get.
How's that?
I just I get forlorn. I feel pessimistic about the future of the country. I get pessimistic about where this is all going.
Yes, sir.
And I worry about social media, Ken. I worry about social media a lot.
Yes, sir.
And then I pull up my phone and I'm watching a video of a beaver named Beavis who a dude has trained to come get tomatoes off sticks. And Beavis has a little frog on his back. So I'm watching a video
I love it.
Of a dude sitting there waiting on Beavis to come get, and Beavis comes out of the water and he's got a little frog on his back. He brought a little buddy with him. And it's like Beavis is going, hey, this dude gives out good food. You need to come with me. You need to see some of this. This is pretty good stuff.
I freaking love stuff like that.
Man, I love it too. I mean, you know what? I bag on social media a lot, and it deserves it. And I've said on the record that if I had the ability, I'd shut it down tomorrow. But there's a lot of good creative people on there that's doing a lot of fun stuff too. And to all of you, I'm sorry that everybody else, all the bad people get all of the attention. They shouldn't, but, it is what it is.
Yes, sir.
Just look it up a little bit. And let me tell you,
Beavis.
I am obsessed with and kind of want a prairie dog.
A prairie dog?
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, they're kind of interesting.
There are people that have prairie dogs as pets.
Yes.
And if there's one called Poppy that's online. And if the guy says, Poppy, the little prairie dog goes, ow! He goes, Poppy! And they go, ow! Little Poppy. Oh, it's little Poppy!
I follow this one account on Instagram. It's a little it's not little, but it's a miniature pig who is friends with a one of those big turtles.
Oh yeah,
come on, I freaking love them.
Come on, and then you know what? And the flip side of that are the devil squirrels that are at my house.
Yes, you got the flip side, definitely.
So I was I didn't tell anybody this. I got on the roof yesterday. I had to get on the roof of my house because I had to blow the house off. Because the pecan trees in the yard are dropping pecans.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if it's the time for them to, but they are. And I will get no pecans because of all of the damnable squirrels that are just all over it. So the squirrels are on my driveway.
Oh,
they're
man.
on my roof. So the roof is a light enough slope. I don't know what you would call it, but the pitch is graded at a certain way where the pecans will fall, and some of them don't roll all the way off the roof. They get stuck by sticks or whatever. And so the squirrels are all on the roof, man. And you know what they do? They don't eat a whole pecan. They just take like one bite out of the pecan and then leave the rest of it.
Yeah, and it's ruined.
And it's ruined.
You know what? I wonder if pecans are supposed to be falling right now.
They are at my house. And I don't know. Someone can tell me I don't know the answer.
But you're right, man. You know what? They're taking all your pecans?
Well, I thought that pecans fell like in September. And what I don't know about pecans could fill a book. So y'all can tell me, but I don't know.
Well, it is August.
Well, I mean, I guess.
Mid-August.
So the pecans are falling. The squirrels are out in abundance. They are attacking my home.
The squirrels.
And so I was on the roof yesterday blowing the entire roof off, and then I had to blow the entire property off and scoop. So I literally had to get all of this into an area where I had to scoop it up in buckets and then take it off into the woods and dump it into the woods. Well, guess what? Guess what's back today? All of it. The whole thing.
Goodness.
The whole bit is back today. Damn little devil squirrels. You're going to be to death of me. They're lucky they're cute. They're lucky they're cute because I'll get the Red Ryder out.
You need to get you some cats.
No.
No? No?
And not after what you said the other day.
Well, it's not.
You know what he said the other day, Ken?
I remember that.
It was just a joke, Ken.
He was just joking.
I was just joking. These were jokes.
He was just joking.
Yeah. I mean, everybody knew that was just a joke, Jackson.
I don't know. Our friends at PETA would not find that joke funny.
No, probably not. Let's see. Many of you are asking to talk, and I want you to as well on a First Amendment Freestyle Friday. It's Missy's turn. Hello, Missy. Glad you called. How are you?
Hi, Matt. I'm great. I just wanted to say that I really loved your monologue. You know, communism is here. It's right in front of us, and these people are winning in their primaries, and it's frightening. So I love how you laid it out in plain, clear English for people who don't believe it.
Here's what frightens me, and I mean this sincerely. It keeps me up at night. The lure of communism, without grown-ups explaining to the younger generations why the lure of communism is a false promise. Communism seems very attractive right on the front end. You know, right now there are many New Yorkers that think that old boy up there is doing a great job because he's not run out of other people's money and he's not run off the money makers yet. When this happens, that's when communism begins its slow descent into failure and into totalitarianism, as it has done everywhere it's been tried. What my fear, Missy, is that enough young people are going to buy into this concept that they're going to vote it into office.
Well, I mean, I don't have children, but I always think of it this way. It's like you see these high school aged and these college age kids who, you know, their parents pay for everything. They pay for college, they pay for their housing, they pay for their car, they pay for their gas. So basically, they're communist already, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, sure. Yeah, I mean, you know, my dogs are the two cutest little communists in Tennessee, right? I mean, they
yes, correct.
Don't pay for anything.
So, you know, that people aren't spelling it out, and that nobody is showing in government classes or history classes where, you know, what happened in Cuba, 49 years ago, what's happened in Venezuela, and, you know, how they devolved when they sat there, oh, we're going to give you this. And like you said, when they run out of other people's money, then we're all, you know, out of luck.
Yeah, well, you got it right. And we just need to sound the alarm. I understand. And I was inspired, Missy, and thank you so much for the telephone call, and have a great weekend. I was inspired, you know, based on conversations that we've been having post-primary. I do understand why there are many concerns about where the Republican Party is. I don't belong to the Republican Party. I would never belong to a political party. I don't belong to any club that would have me as a member. I'm a fierce individualist. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't associate with the Republican Party. And you know, I was invited to a function in Sumner County coming up in September, and I graciously agreed to be a part of it. Why? Because I love all of y'all, and I appreciate all of y'all, and I appreciate what the Republican Party represents. So I understand from the outside looking in why there are concerns about where the political party is going. And I've been the one that says for years that today's Republicans are yesterday's Democrats and today's Democrats are yesterday's socialists, and you don't have a lot of conservatives running around anymore. And we need to remind everyone that we need to get back to that level of conservatism if we're going to get our country back on track. Certainly. But let's not pretend that our primary area of focus should be on our fellow conservatives or fellow libertarians or fellow Republicans that see things slightly different. Let's come together as friends and work those differences out, and do so leaning on liberty, leaning on freedom, not on the lure of safety and security. Because a safety-first state, a security-first state is not one that values freedom. Not in the way that we understand it. Bonnie is next.
Hold on. Give me 1 second.
Okay, Bonnie. We'll be here.
All right, hold.
Yes, ma'am.
Hold on a minute.
Okay. I'm all good.
Man, I'm in the store.
You want me to put you back on hold?
No.
Okay.
I'm
All
going out right
All
now.
right. All right. Okay. We'll be here. Episode 1097, by the way. I forgot to tell everybody. All right, Bonnie. What's going on?
I'm here. No, I was just wondering if we could just, like on Friday, people call in and whatever it is, it's frustrating them on Friday. Just call in. Where I work, I don't want to say where it is, but I just think that some people that's moved to our country, I think that they feel like they're privileged because they're a certain nationality, and they feel like that they can get by with stuff. And then the managers at the places will kind of favor them, and it's not so much that they're doing stuff that's real bad. It's just, that they can have certain attitudes, and managers kind of go along with it, and it's getting on my nerves.
So what type of, are we talking about like a bad attitude or just a I'm better than you attitude? What are we talking about?
No, it's more like I was doing something. It's in a restaurant. I'm not going to say where it is.
Okay.
But it's a pretty popular chain, pretty busy. It's in Murfreesboro. But anyways, so I went over there to clean something up on the floor. It wasn't in my area. And so it's this certain type of nationality. This kitchen manager back there, and usually she doesn't have anything to do with me because, I'm working on my own, and I just do it part-time. And she just looked at me like she could just chop me up into pieces, and she pointed her finger like, get back over in your station. If you're a manager, you should praise the people that want to bend their back and clean up and work instead of. But our manager, the little manager, told me, he said, now, Bonnie, she does it to me, And I'm thinking, you're a manager too, and you're letting her do it. He's not the general manager. But anyways, it's not that she did anything bad. But then the other
just a general. Let Bonnie, you and I, we can talk openly.
Yeah,
it's the Amish, isn't it?
No,
that's it. I was just
Hispanic.
That was Joey. I was joking. I was just
You're
joking.
the one that got me going.
I was just joking.
So I'm not saying. Look, they're workers. They're good workers. So am I. Has nothing to do with their nationality.
You feel like it's a cultural barrier, maybe, that we can't overcome?
Well, I mean, it's like, okay, for instance, they want to bring their culture to our country, and they want us to bend and act like them and like what they, no, I'm not going to do it. And, the little girl working around me, she's maybe 19 years old, and they get these little you can just tell that they just think that they really actually want to push your button. And they want to fix it so that it's all Hispanics in that kitchen.
So you feel like, you feel kind of excluded.
No. That kitchen manager, the woman, she really, really a cute woman, got the cutest little voice and talks so fast, and she's a hell of a worker. She's a wonderful person, wonderful manager, nothing against her.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that I think, personally, myself, that they discriminate, that they come into our country. And I think if Donald Trump didn't do what he did, I think it was going to get really, really bad.
Well,
they were getting all this free stuff to pop those babies out and and Mom and Daddy was working, and then they go to food stamp. We have no money. And then they get the top rate food stamps, maybe like $850 a month, and there they are working. And then a hard-working single woman, like one of my friends' daughter, her boyfriend died. She got 2 kids. She works really hard, car payment, house payment, everything. And, honey, they won't even let her have food stamps.
So
I don't know. Just the more I'm around it, I'm ugh.
Yeah.
I understand they have a culture. We do too. Africans or whoever. I respect it. But don't you rub that stuff in my nose.
Bonnie, I got a lot. No. I got a break. Jack's telling me I got a lot to digest. This telephone call has been. I mean, it's been crazy. I love it. I got to digest it. I got to think on this because I just want to think on it. Let me just. But I'm glad you brought it up. I'm glad you talked about it, Bonnie. I got to go. There's Bonnie, everybody. All right, I'm going to absorb some of that and be back in a moment. It's 55 after the hour on Super Talk. You know, I referred to my dogs, Mrs. Beasley and Larry Munson, as the cutest little communist going in Mount Pleasant. And it's true, right? I mean, because they are little communists, but they're cuties. They give a little back. They play with their balls, and they give me a great deal of joy. You know who doesn't give me joy? Those bugs. Those are the real trouble spot communists because they come into your home. They want to get out of the heat, into the AC, enjoy what you've got, eat your food, get into your walls, make little baby bugs, and you're never the wiser. And then you see one or two out and you stomp on them or you do whatever and you think you're solving the problem. You're not solving the problem. You need to get U.S. Pest. They'll solve the problem. U.S. Pest. They love the United States of America and they hate bugs. And they'll get rid of those bugs that bug you. Whether it's silverfish or ladybugs or Japanese beetle, whatever it might be. Roaches, of course. Termites can threaten your house. You got to get rid of these things with monthly service from U.S. Pest. If it's a one-off, that's fine, but monthly service is the way to go. Go to uspest.com, that's uspest.com, or call 590-1260, 590-1260 for our friends at U.S. Pest.
I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Extreme heat warning through Sunday for feels like temperatures of 105 or more. We hit that today at the airport. Full forecast and traffic in 5 minutes. Right now in Nashville, Metro Police say a 7-year-old pit bull died after being left in a parked car during this week's extreme heat. Channel 4's Brendan Tierney says the dog's owner now faces an aggravated animal cruelty charge.
Animal control got a call just after noon yesterday about a dead dog in the parking lot here. Officers found 20-year-old Benjamin Dawson and a pit bull that had collapsed. The arrest report says he admitted to leaving the dog and a cat inside of a car to avoid an apartment inspection. But about an hour later, he went outside to find his dog throwing up and having seizures because the windows were only cracked. He tried to give the dog some water, but it died in the grass.
Dawson said to appear in court on Monday.
This is a special report from ABC News. I'm Brian Clark. Luigi Mangione pleaded guilty to 2 federal charges admitting to killing United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in 2014. ABC's Aaron Katersky was in federal court in New York.
He said that he stalked Brian Thompson after learning there would be an investor conference for United Healthcare. He didn't know the exact location. He said he emailed United Healthcare posing as an investor with $50 million in capital so that he could learn it would be at a hotel in Midtown Manhattan. And from there, it's Mangione seen on video shooting Brian Thompson in the back.
He'll be sentenced in December, but still faces state murder charges. That trial's due to begin next month, but defense lawyer Karen Freeman-Anifilo says those charges should be dismissed.
It was a single tragic event, yet he's being prosecuted twice for the same conduct.
This is ABC News.
Here in Nashville, the former Metro Nashville Public Schools Teacher of the Year raising concerns about student discipline after leaving the classroom. She retired. Fox 17's, or actually she resigned her post as a teacher. Fox 17's Madeline Nolan reports during a Metro Nashville Board of Education meeting last night, Samira Hardcastle alleged teachers are often forced to keep disruptive students in class and avoid reporting their bad behavior.
Samira Hardcastle was Teacher of the Year at John F. Kennedy Middle School in Antioch and a Blue Ribbon Teacher of the Year for the district. But in May, she resigned. Her 3-page letter raised a number of concerns about Metro Public Schools. This week, she took them directly to the school board, and that includes discipline.
We are simply banned from reporting them, forcing us to keep disruptive students in the classroom. Statistics are being skewed to protect the district, not our children.
MNPS disputes that. The district tells Fox 17 News it has no evidence that claim has been substantiated at JFK Middle School or district-wide.
That's the latest news. Traffic and weather next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News. Well, here come the problems. Right now in East Nashville, we got an off-ramp closed. It's because of a vehicle fire. That's going to be the Ellington Parkway southbound off-ramp to Trinity Lane. Got a crash in Madison, Gallatin Pike North, south of Old Hickory Boulevard. In Berry Hill, got a crash, 65 northbound near I-440. Antioch, a crash, Murfreesboro Pike near Morris Gentry Boulevard. Belmont area, got a crash, Wedgwood Avenue near 8th Avenue. Had some slow traffic off and on today over by the State Fair in Wilson County. 40 eastbound between 840, exit 235. Then Lebanon, Watertown, Sparta Pike, exit 239. Other slow areas, the usual places, eastbound 440 over to 24. Then that continues eastbound 24. And it is a lot of brake tapping from Madison up to Millersville. Trying to get through that construction on 65 north and southbound right there at Goodlettsville. I'm Ken Weaver.
Super Talk 99.7 WTN. My name is Matt Murphy. This is hour number 2 of a Friday edition of the Matt Murphy Radio Show, and I'm pleased you've decided to join us on this almost mid-month edition, August 14. Oh, man, a Frijay edition is on the horizon. We're very excited about that. Get all of your legal questions in for Frijay. I've already got a couple of them on the line, 615-737-9986. Before we get to Frijay, however, Jackson, I've got a question for you, young man. Do you like pizza?
Yes.
Do you? Mm-hmm. Very odd. You don't like cheese on your burgers, but you love cheese on your pizza.
Yes.
You're a cheese fan.
Mm-hmm.
Just not on the burger.
Yep.
Do you feel like it takes away from the value of the burger?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's fair. That's fair. So you like pizza?
Yeah.
Would you like a slice of pizza?
I'm good.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Oh, where are your keys? I'm just randomly, we're just in a discussion. We're just talking. Hey, have you seen your keys lately? Where would those be? Ken?
Where are your keys?
My keys are... Oh, crap. Where are my keys? He said I could talk about it.
My keys are in my pocket.
Are your keys in your pocket, Ken?
Yes, sir.
Would you do me a favor?
What's that?
Would you just open the door to News Closet B and toss them to Leviticus? Don't ask any questions. Just toss him your keys. It'll be fine, Ken. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. Just make sure he knows that the AC doesn't work. I love Leviticus to death, but I don't. Is it okay that I tell him I don't trust him to drive my truck?
Dude,
I can't do it.
Anybody drive my car?
I can't.
Me neither.
I love Brother Leviticus.
I love Leviticus. So Leviticus came in during the break, and he was like, "Hey, Matt." And I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "You want a slice of pizza?" And I was like, "Well, I mean, not particularly, but it is like, well, let me give me the keys to your truck. I need to borrow your truck." And it's like he's a friend. I don't know what to do with that. So.
Well, that's when you say, I'm not worried about your driving. It's the other guy.
Right. No, what I said was, Leviticus, I'm just trying to avoid an inevitable telephone call that's going to come about 20 minutes from now where you have the unfortunate obligation to tell me you wrecked my truck. and then that's bad for everybody. And then there's all sorts of legal shenanigans. And you know what I need right now? I need a good legal opinion on this matter. I think I know where I can go get one.
Yes, sir. from
Frijay.
Boy, it was so good. Too.
Good
Thank
morning,
you.
Americans.
Thank you.
It's Frijay.
It was so good. I was like, boy, and I led right up to it, I pointed. Nothing. Jackson was too busy making sure that he had his keys on his person.
I do not. I'll be back.
Let me tell you something. Bell K is out there finishing up his duties. Bell K needs to go ahead and let Leviticus borrow his vehicle. That's what needs to happen. Our good friend Jay St. Clair is with us. Obviously, Jay's a good Tennessee man, a graduate of the University of. He is the finest legal mind I've ever had the opportunity to play golf with or otherwise know. And he's my best friend. He's Jay St. Clair, and he joins us on Frijay. Jay, how's it going?
Yes, sir.
I've got a question for you.
All right.
You got your keys on you? No. So I don't feel like it's a good idea, especially the size of my truck. I feel like I might be entering into a bad situation there. What do you think?
Well, you're going to let Jackson borrow your truck?
Well, it's not Jackson. It's Leviticus, and he was looking to borrow the truck. I told him I didn't think it was a good idea.
Have you ever ridden with him?
I have not. I have not.
Well, I wouldn't let you drive my race car without riding with you.
You offered me that opportunity, and I declined.
Still do. That is a standing opportunity, and I wish you'd come down here. They got several events in November.
Oh.
And I mean, all expenses paid, man.
Jay.
You have a free race car. I'll get tires. I'll get the fuel. I'll do the entry fee. And you can either stay at my place or I'll put you up in a hotel.
Oh, Jay.
No.
Jay.
So no excuse. I mean, it is absolutely
zero excuse.
All expenses paid. Because I want you to feel the pure joy of driving a car around a racetrack.
Well, we're going to talk about that because
Is there a back seat for me?
You're talking me into it.
Well, there's passenger seat, but see, Matt will have to have an instructor.
Yeah,
but
he's not telling the full story now.
All right, hold on. Leviticus is here. Leviticus, hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm okay.
All right. I did tell the full story. I thought you asked to borrow my truck.
That was the beginning. You started in the middle.
You said you had pizza.
Well, I told you. I said I'm going to get some pizza.
Okay.
And then I need to go to another store, which is right around the corner.
Now, what store is this?
Never mind that.
It's going to be my truck in front of this store. I think I need to know.
But those are my people. So nothing will happen to your truck. People, please believe me. Nothing will happen to Matt Murphy's truck.
No,
it's me.
It's the other guy.
Jackson is the other guy that you need to be worried about. But he didn't want to borrow his truck neither. I'm like, I go to the store for you all the time. No, I'm just playing.
Well, what happened to your car?
Well, I'm in the process of getting a new one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
All right. Well, Bell said he's going to take you.
I'm not walking back.
Okay.
You know how it's 109 degrees.
I know. No, he'll drive you back.
Well, you don't like index. It's like 92 degrees because
Leviticus. You're doing good because you're showing that you listen to the show because I don't like the heat.
Because you sound like you don't like me, and I've been knowing you for years.
I love you to death. Okay. I love you to death. I just
I'm
feel
not
like
a beggar.
Nobody said
that. Singer. What's that song?
I don't know. I've got a radio show to do.
Okay. All right. And your guest?
Yes, Jay St. Clair.
I don't know him, so I would never ask him to borrow his truck or car.
Oh, okay.
Forget you.
All right. Okay. Leviticus is very mad at us now. All right, Leviticus. Thank you.
Love you.
Love you too. All right. There's Leviticus. He just wants to make sure we get the story straight. Jay, I have a question for you, and I
offer him money as well too. Let me put that out there too, because Matt didn't mention that.
Leviticus. I got to do a radio show, man. I don't know what to tell you. Thank you, Leviticus. Jay, I've got a question for you. We got sidetracked, and I didn't get to ask my question, and I've got a question.
All right.
How you doing?
Man, if I were any better, I'd have a family member that's a plumber.
What? Yeah, Jay, I saw what is it called? The coping?
Yeah. No, we'll talk about that later, but that's actually a different issue.
Oh, okay.
I had my shower was leaking, out of the shower head. It's leaking.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm smart enough to understand that's a cartridge problem, right?
Right.
And so you got to just replace the cartridge. I get it. I understand all about that. And the hardest part of that is getting the right part. Well, I got the right part. Put it in. Everything worked great. Stop the leak.
Okay.
But now, and this shower is you can adjust the volume,
Uh-huh.
the handle, but you can also turn this dial where you turn the temperature. Well, mysteriously, the temperatures got flipped. Because it's normally right is cold and left is hot. Well, now it's backwards, and I have no clue why that is happening.
Jay, I know you well enough. Can I guess something?
Okay.
That's wearing you out, isn't it?
Absolutely. That's when I saw that I'd fixed the leak, I'm like, okay, well, the problem's solved.
Yes, it
but
is.
now I have a new problem. And it's like the devil's on one shoulder and the angel's on the other. And the angel's saying, well, look, just live with it. It's no big deal. The devil's like, Jay, it's not right. It's not right. You got to get it right. Because it's wrong to turn it left and it go cold.
Yes.
That's the opposite of my entire life, man. So I don't know. I'm flummoxed, but I will. You know me. I will not give up.
What about that's and I'm just sitting here in my mind's eye. I'm trying to picture it, and that's odd. That's
well, what makes it particularly odd, and I get it, there's sort of reversal, but this cartridge has only one tab on it. And then the fitting that it goes into has only one slot. So it's not that I have it in there 180 degrees off. It can only go one way. It's a one tab and one slot. And right's on, and hot's on the left. It doesn't even say that, though, because it's just the one tab. So I'm flummoxed. And I don't know, maybe it's a bad part, and we'll see.
One of the things that I liked most, and I'm not making this up for the sake of this story, this is true. When we moved into our house, which you've seen, one of the things I loved is that in the shower, there are two knobs. One's hot and one's cold.
Yeah, that's old school.
Right? And that's old school. And I feel like I have power and control. Now I know that I don't really, but I feel like I got more power and control because it's not like self-blending somewhere.
Right.
But yeah, I get it. That's a doozy. Yeah, you got to fix that, Jay.
No, I can't live with that. I can't live like that.
By the way, multiple people on the Super Text line are telling me that I'm a fool if I don't take you up on your offer. So I'm officially doing it, Jay. Right here today on this August 14th, I am saying yes. Let's find that. You tell me the days, and I'll be there that weekend, and we'll do it.
Well, you got a couple of choices, but it's in the middle of November. Okay. I think it's like 14th and 15th, and the weekend after that.
All right. Well,
you tell me which one you want, and I'll go the other weekend.
We've got a date to lean over some green. At a craps table, and we're going to talk about all of those details. We're going to do that. All right, 20 after the hour. It's time to get to Frijay officially. Daniel and Michael, you are coming up. Number 7, I guess it is the name of the first caller, and that's coming up right after this. Quick timeout. Jay's coming up. 20 after the hour. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Hello, friends. Matt Murphy for Efficient Heating and Cooling. Now, you heard me talking about my good buddy, Jeff Eddy, earlier today. And Jeff's coming out, his team. I think I've got, who do I have? Joseph coming out? Jeremy is coming out on Tuesday. And we're going to deal with a slight issues. There's a condensation issue that I've got going on that I can't quite figure out. And I pride myself on being able to do these things as well. But when it's time to call the experts are Efficient Heating and Cooling. They're going to make it right. Now, these hot conditions put a strain on that unit. I've told you that would happen, and it is happening for many of you. And as I spoke to Kelly earlier today, she said, oh, yeah, we're getting a lot of telephone calls because those units are running just about all day, all day long and into the night, and that puts a strain on them, and sometimes they go kaput. And when they do, you need to call the best, Jeff Eddy and Efficient Heating and Cooling. They will certainly help with a maintenance visit if that's what you believe you need, or if the unit has gone out completely, they will get there as quickly as possible, solve that issue, or sadly, sometimes it's a fatal flaw, and if that's the case, they're an Elite Pro partner with Rheem. They can help you find the right unit for you and your family. Go to efficienthvac.net, efficienthvac.net, or call 615-784-4424, 784-4424 for Efficient.
A Nashville man charged with aggravated animal cruelty after police say he left his dog and cat in a hot car in Antioch. Temperatures got up to 140 degrees inside that vehicle. That story and more coming up at 4:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Oh, that's just such a sad story. Ken, I know you've been delivering the story throughout the day, and I don't know if we've got an update on it. We know the dog died.
Yes, sir.
Do we know about the cat?
I have not heard about the cat.
That's weird.
But I would find it
hard to believe.
Hard to believe the cat survived, too.
Yeah. That is just, y'all, you know, Ken, you said it, and you're exactly right when we were talking about it. You know, we see these news stories on television stations and whatnot where they're like, well, here are the tips that you need to know, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, why are they telling these tips? What knucklehead, what moron doesn't know that you don't leave your dog in a hot car in this level of heat? Well, and then there's this story.
And then there's this.
And it's very, very sad.
Yeah,
very, very sad.
Apparently this fella thought that as long as he cracked the window, that would be okay.
Y'all,
That's just, it is too hot for all of that. Just too hot. All right, Jay St. Clair is with us. It is Frijay on Super Talk 99.7 WTN, and a number of you want to ask your questions of our legal expert, and let's go. It is time for old number 7 is on with Jay St. Clair. Hello, number 7.
Hey, Matt and Jay. How are y'all today?
Doing well.
Good. Well, this is not the conversation I wanted to have with y'all for speaking to you for the first time. That was supposed to be inviting you two for a round of golf when Jay comes to town. So we'll try to make that happen.
Well, we're in on that. Let's go.
just let me know. Well, Jay, I got a question for you, but I've also got a plumbing solution for you on your problem there. My question is, I was just served papers this week. I had co-signed with my ex-wife for an apartment complex. He left the apartment complex 3 months early. I got a notice from them in February of what was still owed. Now I got served papers to go to civil court on this. My question is, do I have to go through this law office that has served these papers, or can I just go to the apartment complex directly and try to resolve it with them and settle something with them? What's your recommendation?
I don't think we have Jay's audio. I don't think. Do you got him in there? I think we've lost Jay's audio.
You got me?
Oh, there we go, Jay. I'm sorry about that.
Okay, you got me?
Yeah, we got you. Bro.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I would definitely go through the law office, number 7. Can you hear me, man?
Yes, sir. Yes. We can hear you.
Yeah, I would definitely go through the law office, number 7, and here's why. The lawyers want to get paid. And now it's been turned over to them. They want a piece of the action. So I would definitely call the law office. Don't pay the real estate or the apartment complex. Call the lawyers, and if you feel like it's your responsibility to do it, then say, look, I'm ready to take this care of. Tell me how much I owe you and where you want me to send the money, and then you need to get a release from them. A legal document saying that you paid up full and final satisfaction. And that deal with the law. Yeah, deal with the lawyers.
Okay, I mean, could I just shoot them and try to offer half of what's owed?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'd dicker with them because I don't know if under the divorce decree, we'd have to look. I don't know if the decree even contemplated this.
No, it was nothing to do with divorce. We'd already been divorced 3 years. I was just trying to help her out. So it's nothing tied.
Oh, okay. Well, you can still try to dicker with them a little bit. And they might, they'd rather half a loaf's better than none. Mm-hmm. And so, I'd tell them that you'd be willing to pay half of it, and then see what happens.
Okay. And you said your plumbing problem. You said that was in the shower.
Yep.
I've got a solution for you, Jay.
Okay.
All you got to do is stand on your head while taking it.
Well, I had thought of a lot of things, number 7, but I had not thought of that. But that would solve the problem.
That would turn it upside down.
But I normally wash from my head to my feet. But I guess if I did that way, I'd have to start at my feet and end with my head. And I don't like the way the water's flowing there.
I agree.
Yeah, well, that's fair. Yeah, that's a little odd. That's a little opposite direction than you want it.
Have a good weekend.
Yes, sir. You too. Let us know how all of that goes. Your story reminds me, and I think I've told you this in the past. Most know that my grandpa was a mechanic all of his working life. And he worked mostly on heavy equipment, skidders and logging equipment and grassing equipment and big, earth movers. But he knew his way around a vehicle. And he had a Chevrolet, an S10 Chevrolet pickup. And it had
is this going to be the fixed engine light?
The check engine light.
Yeah. You just put black tape over.
It wore him out, Jay, for 6 months. Because he changed the oil and he looked through the manual and he did everything he was supposed to do, and then he started sleuthing it and he just could not figure it out. It was wearing him down, and the car ran fine. It just ran fine. And I'm talking, y'all. He took out those little. What do they call them? Sensors and all these other little things and switches and relays. Did it all. And finally, he called me one night and said, "Got my truck fixed." I was like, "Oh, Paul, you finally got it fixed." "Yep." "What'd you do?" "Put a piece of electrical tape over that light." And I said, "Really?" He goes, "Hadn't thought about it since."
It's like, okay.
I couldn't do it. No, I couldn't do it. I got way too much OCD for that.
No, well, I get it. You'll figure it out. 31 after the hour. Jay's with us. Daniel and Michael, you'll be next. You get a call in here. Your legal questions answered by our guy, Jay St. Clair, on Frijay.
I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Got the full forecast coming up in 5 minutes. A Nashville man charged with aggravated animal cruelty after police say his dog died inside a hot car in Antioch. Investigators say the vehicle reached 104 degrees after the man left the dog and a cat inside during an apartment inspection. Luigi Mangione faces life in prison after admitting in a federal courtroom today he shot and killed United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. He faces much more serious state charges, but his lawyers are trying to claim double jeopardy so he doesn't have to face that.
It was a single tragic event, yet he's being prosecuted twice for the same conduct.
ABC News legal contributor Brian Buckmeyer says the defense is teeing up that double jeopardy defense.
What they're arguing is a distinction in terms of different evils and different harms. That if a state is charging someone and the federal government is charging someone and they're charging them for the same evil or harm, that's double jeopardy.
State trial set for next month. Here in Middle Tennessee, a debate over public safety and privacy took center stage at Murfreesboro City Hall last night. Residents opposed to flock license plate reader cameras urged city leaders to reconsider the technology.
I do not believe public safety should come at the expense of our residents' privacy.
Y'all are in the minority on this. We don't want this.
There are cameras all over this town on almost every traffic light. What is going on here? Why do we think that a small Tennessee town needs to have this level of surveillance?
However, there was one supporter.
I ask you to continue supporting the system while maintaining and, where possible, strengthening those safeguards.
Yeah, he says police have been able to identify and arrest suspects with the help of those cameras. City officials say strict rules govern how the data is used and who can access it. And while they support the technology, say they're open to public input there in Murfreesboro. That's the latest news. Traffic and weather next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News. All right, East Nashville still got that off-ramp closed. Ellington Parkway southbound to Trinity Lane. And Madison, they're about to clean up a wreck. Gallatin Pike north-south of Old Hickory Boulevard. Berry Hill, that crash 65 northbound near 440. Smyrna got a crash blocking the right 2 lanes now 24 eastbound at Almaville Road. Woodbine a crash, the right lane block 24 westbound right there at 440. I'm Ken Weaver.
Friends, at Grace Point Healthcare, there is affordable, convenient, comprehensive medicine right in Franklin, Tennessee. I've been to their facility. I've been to their location. It's a wonderful place to go and visit if you're sick. Why? Well, a number of reasons. Number one, they are friendly as the day is long, but they understand that you're there for a reason. So they don't keep you waiting. You don't have to wait lengths of time where you shouldn't have to when it comes to scheduling an appointment, and you don't have to wait once you get there. When you get there, you get seen at your appointed time. That's the way it ought to be. Number two, they're a direct pay primary care provider. That means you pay Grace Point Healthcare, and you are certainly able to file with your insurance company for reimbursement. But here's the deal. If you use their Smart Care plan, $99 a month for the grown-ups, $79 for the kids, then you can utilize your HSA. You don't have to pay out of pocket thanks to the big, beautiful bill, and that gets you unlimited office visits throughout the course of the year, plus free basic labs and diagnostics. That is what it's all about, friends. So for your newborns, for your teenagers, for your friends and family, let them know they treat everybody at Grace Point Healthcare, and they'd love to treat you. 599-6868, 599-6868. It truly is modern medicine delivered the old-fashioned way. First Amendment Freestyle Friday, also in the midst of Frijay on Super Talk 99.7 WTN with our good friend Jay St. Clair, 38 after the hour. I would ask you if it's hot down there, Jay, but if it's hot up here, it's got to be hot down there, brother.
Oh, well, it's hot.
It's hot. How is the coping, by the way? Good? Look good.
Oh, it's good. I sent you a picture. Yeah,
it looks good.
I got 2 coats on. I think what I'm going to do is put a 3rd coat of paint on and then 2 coats of clear coat. I just don't know how this paint's going to hold up. I wanted to brush it at first because you use marine paint. It's made to work in a wet environment. But there ain't no way I was going to brush that.
Yeah,
I'd have to hang over the side like a bat and paint it upside down. I'm not doing that.
Are you going to do a new liner?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, that's what kind of prompted all this. I figured it's been bad. I needed to do it for years. I hated the white color. It was just awful, but it was also worn out. And now's the time to do it because, if I get paint on the liner, it doesn't matter. I mean, I taped it off underneath, but, I don't care because the liners, as soon as I get this done, I'm getting a new liner.
And you taught me something today when we were texting back and forth about this after you sent me the video. And for those that don't remember, Jay was talking about dealing with it's called the coping around his pool, that liners come in different colors.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
absolutely.
Never thought about that.
No, absolutely. And the most common is blue. But it just doesn't fit. You've been to my house, and it's more earth colors, and the blue just sticks out like a sore thumb. I mean, it's just like it'd be like if it's painted Georgia red, and it just doesn't, or Tennessee orange, right? It just doesn't do. So I'm going for a more kind of an earth tone liner. It'll look more natural, and I think it'll look. I'm looking forward to it.
I like it a lot. All right, real quick before we get back to calls, several people have asked that perhaps have not heard us talking about this in the past. Jay, talk a little about your track car. People want to know what's they call it your race car, but you've taught me it's a track car.
No, it's not a race car until it's got a full roll cage. That's just the way we talk. It's a C5Z06 Corvette, which means it's the 5th generation of the Corvette. Mine's a 2004. It was built as a track car, Matt. I mean, honestly, you could drive it bone stock and it would do well. And I did for a while. I hadn't done anything to the engine. It makes about 410 horsepower, which is really all you need it for. Well, you never have too much horsepower. But we use competition brake pads, competition brake fluid. It's all about tires and brakes. And I got really good tires on it now. They're street legal tires. I'll actually drive the car to the track, but they're made for track. And the only thing I've really done for the car is I upgraded the suspension to coilovers with bigger sway bars. And so for reference, I had a couple of pro drivers drive. Augie Grill drove it. He won the Snowball Derby twice.
Wow.
And for listeners that know about racing, the Snowball Derby is a big deal. That's Kyle Busch and Chase Elliott kind of stuff. And he turned a 1 minute 38.1 seconds. Well, my fast lap is 1 minute 38.8 seconds. So I'm within a second. And of course, Matt, I'm very curious to see what you do. Because you like to brag about playing those racing video games.
I do. I'm pretty good at those.
Yeah, well, it's not racing. It's a video game.
No, it's iRace. It's just iRace.
It's a video game.
That's right.
You don't steer the car with the rear tires.
No,
you steer with the front. Because you asked Andrew Raines, he said, "No, I ain't playing that. It's not real racing."
Well,
this is real racing.
Well, what Andrew told me, and he did, he said, to get a feel for the track, it's fine. You can get, where the corners are. And he said, it's as good as you can do on a video game. He said, but you got no you got no vehicle behind your seat. And he said, and everything and he explained that what I do, I need to feel the rear tires. And there are no rear tires. And so there you go.
That's right. No, it'll be great. And when I first went out there, you remember you timed the first lap. I turned out there, and I said, you know what? If I do 2 minutes, I'll be happy.
Yeah,
and that ought to be your goal.
You have been chasing.
But it's fun.
You have been chasing tenths of seconds, and I love it. I love everything about it. So yeah, I look forward to it. I'll get out there. We'll see what happens.
Well, you talk about chasing tenths of seconds. I don't want to turn this into a racing show, but did you see this deal with JGR and the brake pads this past weekend in Iowa?
Where no, I might not know what you're talking about. I know that Denny and some of his guys had trouble with their brake pads, and then NASCAR wouldn't let them replace the pads because it was unapproved.
Yeah, well, they were running a different setup. They were going to run a different compound on the left front than on the right front. Huh. Now you talk about that's not chasing tenths of seconds. That's chasing hundreds of seconds. And apparently they've done it on some of the other cars and worked out okay. Well, it didn't work out for Denny. And he didn't know what was going to happen. He's going to the corner 140 miles an hour. He didn't know if he was going to have brakes or not.
It's because NASCAR's corrupt.
Jackson has decided that NASCAR is corrupt because of this situation, by the way, Jay.
Well, he's the points leader. Trust me, they would love for Denny Hamlin to win the championship. But they can't do that because if they let him do it, then everybody's going to show up and they're going to have qualifying brake pads and racing brake pads.
And they'll start flipping them out, and that's what they want to avoid, which is why they said, no, you brought them, so you got to race them. And he did. It turned out all right for him. I mean,
better than Chase Elliott.
Yeah, Chase going through it. Look, Chase. If Chase, there's no rounds in the playoffs anymore. But yeah, I mean, it's not been a good.
What do you mean?
Summer.
There's no rounds?
Well, there was elimination rounds.
Yeah, they're not doing that anymore.
No, it's just if you get in, it's 10 races and they stack you
cumulative points.
Yeah, it's cumulative points throughout the 10 races.
It's 10 race season at that point. It's cumulative points for 10 races.
And what do they do? They're stacking them 5 points apart. Is that right, Jay? Do you know?
No, I mean, the winner's the same points as the regular. So, like in a regular race, the winner gets 75 points. And then second place gets like 45. And then it goes 5 points down after that.
Well, the starting setup is what I meant when they
no, there's kind of a calculated formula for that. There's a complicated formula for that.
Because the word was and is that, you really
it's the top 16 drivers, but you really kind of need to be in like the top 6 or 7 if you have any expectation to win.
Yeah, I think the leader starts with like a 30 or 40 point head start. It's pretty significant.
Yeah, it makes it well. I mean, and they should, right? I mean, you did all of that work in the regular season.
That'll be good for Danny.
Right.
Hush your mouth. You are. I am just going, Jay. I'm so excited for Jackson to experience this level of disappointment that's going to happen to him during this run.
If Denny Hamlin wins the title, you won't be able to shut me up.
We will never talk about racing outside of Frijay on this radio show again. That's what's going to happen if Denny wins the championship. Now, you know what? Denny's getting old enough that it's even hard for me to give him crap about anything anymore because he's such a good driver and he's been snake bit. Daniel is next up. Hey, Daniel, what's going on?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, Daniel. What's on your mind? What's your question?
I do have a legal question for Jay. It's more in the realm of criminal law, and I don't know if
Daniel.
able to speak on that.
Hey, Daniel.
Yeah.
You got to do me a favor, and I don't know if it's affecting Jay or not, but if you wouldn't mind just pulling your mouth just a little further away from the telephone, because I'm having a difficult time hearing you.
Okay. I'm sorry about that. I've got it on speaker, and I'm currently in the vehicle.
So that's great. That sounds good.
All right. So my question is, and I'll try to keep it relatively brief. I know there's other callers waiting to talk to Jay. The legal question involving criminal situation for my brother a few years ago. He's a bit of a knucklehead. Don't know if he'll ever use this, but I would like to know if he has any way to appeal something that he pled guilty to, and I would like to present the facts as briefly as I can.
Well, I can go ahead and answer that question. How long has it been since he pled guilty to it?
I believe the incident happened 2 years ago, but he only pled guilty to it less than a year ago because he's on 1129 probation, and that is not expired.
If it's been more than a month or two, the answer is the time to appeal has expired.
Oh,
I think it's really only 30 days. Now, you can't appeal something a year later or even 6 months later or even 3 months later. Yeah, the answer is no, he cannot appeal it now.
Okay, well, that's pretty simple. I was ready to go into this short story about him catching a DUI.
Well, you got to, I mean, I guess the lesson there, Jay, is make sure that you really want to plead guilty before you plead guilty, kind of.
Yeah, or it's the legal maxim. I think this is maybe Latin. Man, I know you love to hear me speak Latin.
I do.
If you snooze, you lose.
I think in the Latin it's if you snooze you lose let's talk to Michael. I don't know where Michael's calling from, but he's calling for Frijay. Hey, Michael, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm calling from White House. A question for you there, Jay. Someone that's incarcerated in the Sumner County Jail has got cancer. He was taken in on his court date last Tuesday. He's going to be missing his chemo appointments, and his medication was taken to him the day after he was taken in, and they would not accept it because it's narcotics. So my concern is he's being held, dealing with cancer, and I'm sure in a lot of pain. I've tried numerous avenues of trying to reach someone that I can talk to, and all I get is a runaround. In order to even visit someone, you've got to get on this app and go through all of that. I've tried 2 days now trying to get navigating through this app just so can get a visit. But my concern is his health. And what are they? I'm sure the conditions there, and I understand the law enforcement's approach and their protocols and rules. But my concern is his welfare and his health. Are they going to deal with it? Can they deal with it? His attorney, I talked to his secretary today, and they've got an appointment set up for next court date next week. His bond is to the point that he cannot afford to make bond.
Right.
And I was just looking for some direction. Or you have any?
Well, my suggestion is you got to work through his lawyer. If he's represented by an attorney, that's the right person to deal with this. And I do what I could to help the guy make bond. That's the best solution, right? Is to get him out on bond. You said this is your brother?
Yes.
Yeah, and so that's a toughie. I had a brother that led a troubled life, and there's times where you try to help him, and then times when you don't. But it's got to happen through his lawyer, Michael. It's just you can't work at cross purposes with him. He has an ethical duty to represent him, and if I were you, what I'd focus on is doing what I could to help him get out on bond. Right. That's going to be what is his best interest from a health standpoint.
Right.
And you just got to decide whether you're willing to make that leap for him or not.
Right. Yeah, I understand that. We tried to convince him to take a court-appointed attorney, but he insisted on hiring one. So he spent a good portion of his bail money on the attorney. I said, "Well, pay the attorney last."
Yeah. Well, you maybe talk to the attorney about it, but if he's got a lawyer, that lawyer's in the best position to make it. The state has a duty to provide reasonable medical care to him, and so for example, if he needs chemo, they have an obligation to do that. Pain medications, it's kind of a little different question. That may not be life threatening, but if he is on a chemo schedule, the state has an obligation to provide him required medical care. But the best thing for him is to get out. The best thing for him is to get out of jail, and the best way to get out of jail, you can either escape or post bond. And I strongly recommend the posting bond.
Well, he has a chemo appointment coming up, and you can't get a hold of anybody to make them aware of.
Well, that's his lawyer. If he's paying his lawyer, that's his lawyer's job, Michael. That's what he's paying the lawyer for.
All right. Okay.
Michael, good luck. Good luck to you, buddy. And good luck to your brother.
All right. Thank you. Oh, one other thing.
Yes, sir.
One other thing.
Yes, sir.
Now, this guy, he's been through a lot. He lost his wife to COVID. Then his house burnt down. And he had part of his left lung removed. Oh, no. And then he had a car crash, was life flighted to Skyline, and he's going through his second bout of cancer. So this guy, he's really been through the mill, so to speak.
This is your brother?
Yes.
Ooh, wow. Well, we're praying for him, Michael. I mean that.
All right.
I mean that. Thank you for the telephone call. That's rough. Well, I just wish you the best. And if that attorney's not doing their job, you need to identify that too, Jay. I would think you got to stay on those attorneys. And Jay, before we go, my audience is so smart. They got it. You ready? It's Snoozicus Luzicus. Snoozicus Luzicus. That's it.
It is shocking how many people in Middle Tennessee speak Latin.
That's exactly what I thought too.
I figured it was going to be Ig Payatli.
Well, I can give you some Ig Payatli. Right.
Yeah, that Latin that the Three Stooges spoke.
Jay, love you, buddy. We'll talk to you again soon. Stay cool down there.
See you, man.
All right, take care. There's Jay St. Clair. Real quick, 54 after the hour, and back to it after this on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. You know, since I've been telling you about Dr. Catherine Beckman and Beckman Dry Eye Institute, I've had people reach out to me and say, Murphy, I just thought that, dry eyes were just hereditary. It was just something that I had to live with. It was just a deal that I had to put up with and put eye drops in, and there you go. Well, thank you to Dr. Catherine Beckman for being here in Middle Tennessee. Thank you for helping us understand that for whatever the cause, the Beckman Dry Eye Institute and Dr. Catherine gets to the root cause of your dry eyes and the irritation that it causes. For some people, it can be absolutely debilitating. Don't let yourself get there before you make the call that others are making right now to the Beckman Dry Eye Institute. She gets down to the cause of the problem and helps you solve it. She has the largest variety of instruments and diagnostics in Middle Tennessee. This is what she does. She understands dry eyes, called ocular dry eye disease. Ocular surface disease was the phrase I was looking for. It's dry eye disease, ocular surface disease. Call her today at 629-230-3161. 629-230-3161 or online at BeckmanDryEyeInstitute.com.
5 o'clock on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Extreme heat warning through the weekend. As we could see, feels like temperatures of 105 and above. We got to 105 at the airport today. Got the full forecast and traffic in 5 minutes. And right now in Nashville, speaking of this extreme heat, here's Channel 4's Marius Payton.
A man is facing a charge of animal cruelty for leaving his dog in a car for over an hour without AC. That had an internal temperature of 140 degrees. It happened yesterday afternoon on Apache Trail. Metro Police say Benjamin Dawson had his 7-year-old pit bull and a cat in the car because he had inspections at his apartment that day and wanted to avoid them. Dawson told police he cracked the window for the animals, but then went to do laundry. He was in there for over an hour before checking on them. When he did, Dawson says the dog was vomiting. That pit bull was moved outside to the car, taken to the grass, where it started to have seizures and die.
Right now in New York.
This is a special report from ABC News. I'm Brian Clark. Luigi Mangione pled guilty to federal charges, admitting that he killed United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in 2024.
With today's guilty plea, Mr. Mangione has accepted full responsibility for the death of Brian Thompson.
That's defense attorney Karen Friedman Agnifilo, who moved to dismiss state murder charges against Mangione. That trial set to begin in New York next month. Some of his supporters were in the courtroom Friday, leading New York City Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch to say,
"To those who idolize Luigi Mangione, I say this: violence is not a cause, murder is not a message, and a killer is certainly not a hero."
Mangione will be sentenced on the federal charges in December. U.S. Attorney Jamie McDonald said after the plea,
"There are no accommodations or concessions, and we are free to seek the maximum penalty under the law."
That could be life in prison. This is ABC News.
Fox 17 says questions about student discipline in Metro Nashville schools gaining attention following the resignation of an award-winning teacher. Former art teacher Samira Hardcastle telling school board members last night behavioral issues remain a major challenge despite district data that claims declines in exclusionary discipline.
We are simply banned from reporting them, forcing us to keep disruptive students in the classroom. Statistics are being skewed to protect the district, not our children.
District leaders reject those claims, saying there's no evidence to support them. Right now in Massachusetts, 2 neighbors bitten by a fox in the same week in Worcester. The first incident happening Wednesday evening when 6-year-old Janessa Pagan Williams says she was nearly dragged away by the fox, which bit her arm, finger, and leg.
It growled at me, and then it came charging at my leg, and it made me fall off the bike.
She says her brother saw what was happening and kicked the fox away. Then the next morning, Zena Bottom says she was bitten on the foot while playing with her grandkids.
I didn't have enough time to run, so I just kicked, and it grabbed my foot, and I tussled with it for a second to get it off my foot, and then I just yanked it by the nape of the neck, and I threw it across the yard.
Police say they found that fox, and it was euthanized and will be tested for rabies. That's the latest news. Traffic and weather next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News. Rivergate accident reported 65 northbound before Vietnam Veterans Boulevard. Berry Hill a crash 65 northbound near 440. In Smyrna a crash, right lane blocked 24 eastbound at Almaville Road. Also 24 westbound there in Smyrna between Sam Ridley Parkway and Waldron Road. Woodbine a crash blocking the right lane 24 westbound at 440. In Mount Juliet a crash 40 eastbound at Golden Bear Gateway Beckwith Road. And in Watertown, Brian Wilson's area, we've got a crash 40 westbound near the Commerce Road overpass. I'm Ken Weaver.
Welcome back, friends. Matt Murphy Show, Super Talk 99.7 WTN. We thank you for being around this afternoon, I should say. I guess technically 6 o'clock. That's the designation. That's the evening designation that I'll go with. One way or the other, we appreciate you. It's 8 minutes after 5 o'clock. Thank you so much. For many of you, it is officially the weekend, and we love, love, love the weekends. Love a couple of days of rest and relaxation for those of us who get it. On this episode 1097, we say thank you to you weekend warriors that make our weekend so special. I mean, obviously, we do it every week, or at least we try to. I try to remember to do it every week. We don't forget about you. You know, many of us enjoy Saturdays and Sundays, R&R, spending time with family and friends, albeit a hot R&R, a couple of days off this weekend. Very, very hot on Sunday. I'm thinking about riding my motorcycle on Sunday. I don't think I can do it. 95 degrees and...
Take your shirt off and do it, Brother Murphy.
Oh, well, that's a great idea. Yeah, who wouldn't love to see that going down the highway flapping in the breeze? I mean, come on. But we do thank those weekend warriors, all of you doctors, nurses, EMTs, firefighters, police officers, restaurateurs, business owners that stay open on the weekend so we've got something to go to and some AC to get to. We thank each and every one of you. If you're a convenience store worker, a truck driver, whatever you're doing, if you're a weekend warrior, we say we salute you and we thank you from the Matt Murphy Show to you. Ken Weaver's back in News Closet B. Jackson Williams. Jay Willie is very excited, Ken.
Yeah.
You were not here yesterday. I don't know if you know what went down on Nincompoops.
Jay Harper won.
Jay Harper. So here's the thing, Ken.
Yes, sir.
And I don't want to, I'm not here to create tension in the newsroom.
Yes, sir.
Far be it from me to drive a wedge, any sort of wedge, between you news folk.
Yes.
But we told Jay early in the show, Jay, would you like to be a part of Nincompoops? It'll count toward the news total.
Yeah.
And Jay said, and I quote, I think I'm quoting him right, Jay Willie, when he said, pass. I think that's a direct, was that not a direct quote?
That's a direct quote. I believe he said after, I don't care about the newsroom nincompoop total.
That Ken Weaver could go pound sand.
And Matt had something about some type of robot in Washington, D.C., and he beat me, Ken.
Son of a biscuit eater.
It was bad.
Matt, you've got 2 wins this week.
I do, Ken. You've got a victory. Jackson has a victory. Matt Murphy has 2 victories. Matt Murphy wins today, and the trophy comes home to Papa.
Son of a biscuit eater.
Ken Weaver wins today, and we got a little rock, paper, scissors deal. Jackson wins today. We got a little rock, paper, scissors deal. But I can't lose, boys. Can't lose.
Man.
Well, one of your wins is under protest.
Is that the one?
Monday.
What is that? What are you protesting?
I believe I won that.
You do now. Okay.
I never saw the text line.
Oh, yeah. Jackson says that because he did not have access to the text. Jackson apparently was using Chris Webber's access to the text line these many months.
And they finally figured out that Chris Webber doesn't work here anymore.
You know.
And then he took him off.
Cleaning some things up.
They were just doing a little spring cleaning.
Yeah, just making some room for others, I suppose.
The same thing happened. I had some of all the best words files sitting in one of his files in the A drive.
Oh, that's nice.
And I had to recreate some of those because they got cleaned out.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I guess that would stand to reason. Mail carriers too, 2829.
Yes, sir.
I forgive me if I miss your category of service to the community over this weekend. I apologize. But anybody that is out of doors in this weather, God bless you. I know they say you get used to it. I love going to do things in the heat, but those are voluntary tasks. I don't have to be out in it.
Yeah, and you can get back in the air conditioning.
And you can get back in the AC. That's exactly
See, that's
right.
why I like the heat and humidity, because as long as there's air conditioning, I love heat and humidity. I do not like cold weather one bit.
What's your favorite, Ken? Favorite season?
I like late October, November.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty good, boy.
You cannot beat it.
Late October, and you got yourself, you got one of those Oktoberfest in your hands, or one of those pumpkin, one of those spicy little drinks or whatever.
An IPA.
You can do those. You can have those IPAs. I'll do something else. But you got a fire. Oh. And then it's a crisp evening.
Yeah.
And you can smell the fire going.
Yeah.
And you're outside, out back. There's no bugs because they've all died off.
Yeah.
And you're about to go in and watch your favorite football team whoop up on the Tennessee Volunteers. I mean, it's so.
Look, we don't even play this year.
That's true. We're not going to play this year. I would say that we would meet in the championship game, but
we will see you in December.
Hey, we're all undefeated right now, boys.
That's right.
Every single one of us.
Woo!
Weaver and I.
Although currently, if the center snapped back the ball for the Tennessee Volunteers.
Did Hendon Hooker ever get in the game last night?
He did the last drive.
Did he do better than that god-awful Will Levis?
I will say this. That was not Will Levis's fault. There have been lots of games where it was Will Levis's fault. Last night, that was a human sacrifice.
Why? Because of the offensive line?
Oh my! I felt bad for Will Levis last night.
I didn't.
I did.
I'll never feel bad for Will Levis.
I thought that until I watched last night's game, and I felt bad for Will Levis.
Ken, do you know why I will never feel bad for Will Levis?
Why's that, Brother Matt?
I've seen the video. That's why.
Do you know what he's talking about, Ken?
No, I don't.
You don't? I'll tell you later. I think I showed it to you.
You did.
This was way before I was on your show.
And I still came and let you come over here and work.
Me and Joseph showed it to you.
You did. Jackson walks up to me and says, "Hey, you want to see the Will Levis video?" Ken, I didn't know what it was. I thought they were talking about something about mayonnaise. Do not. You just sit there quietly. You do not say what I know very well you're thinking. Do not say it.
I just do the producing, boys. Yes.
So, anyway,
speaking of producing,
Jackson says, "You want to see the Will Levis video?" And I said, "Yeah, sure." And then he showed me, and I had immediate regrets.
What is the Will Levis video?
The Will Levis video.
You want me to just tell him in his ear? I'm not saying it over the radio.
Yeah, tell him in his ear. That's fine. Anyway, I don't feel bad for him at all.
Gracious. Goodness.
I don't think he's going to make it in professional football, but there's some other professional pursuits that he might do just fine in. That's all I'll say.
And that got out into the public domain.
It was all over Twitter.
Into the intraweb.
On the X machine.
Goodness.
As they say. My goodness gracious. Anyway, yeah, Levis didn't look too good. The O-line, at least the backups, they didn't look too good either. One way or the other. I was just curious if Hendon Hooker got in the game.
He did. He let a field goal drive.
Well, it's more than I guess Levis did too, didn't he?
There were 4 field goals.
Yeah. That field goal kicker's What's his name?
Joey Sly. So the funny thing was he struggled all throughout camp. And they brought in 4 kickers to try out this week. And he said, all right, boys, time to put up or shut up.
He kicked like a 58-yarder.
58, 53, 55, and then 39.
Yeah, I think he might just make the team.
I think his job is safe for now.
I think we got ourselves a kicker.
See, if the Titans have a nasty defense and they got a kicker like that, they can win some ball games.
You never know. You never know.
You got big Jeff Simmons.
Yeah. I mean, we might be able to win 7-8 games this year.
That would be fun.
That'd be better than last year.
We won 3 last year, right? Won the 3 before? Yeah. So if we can beat the win totals of the last 2 years, I think we'll count it as a good season. Anyway, that's football on the News Talk station on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. So here's the deal, y'all. I posted this on my social media platform on the X Machine. You're invited to come find me at Matt Murphy Show. We'd love to have you over there at Matt Murphy Show. I'm much meaner and probably a little more direct because you kind of have to be on the X Machine. Just come find me. But I said this in my last post some 5 hours ago, and it stands true at the moment that I said it, and it's true right now. Every liberty you currently enjoy will eventually be stripped away by your government in the name of public safety. Always in the name of public safety. It is BS. And they will do it if you allow it. Now, let's talk further about it. When your liberties are taken from you, they are not taken from you by people who look at you in the eye and say, hey, we're taking away your liberties. They do it because they claim that there is some greater or more important good that would, by extension, protect you and those around you. But as I've described to you, as we've talked about these many years on the radio, there's a natural tension between security/public safety and your liberty. And we recognize the importance of public safety. We recognize the importance of civilized rules of law that provide assurances that we are going to live our lives unfearful that there are others that are about to take them. For example, I do not support drunk driving laws because I give one rip about people that are stupid enough to drink their brains out and get behind the wheel of an automobile. That's a form of natural selection. Sad, but true. Drunk driving laws are largely widely supported because of the other guys that are being put at risk because these morons get behind the wheel of an automobile, unable to drive their vehicle, and try to drive home or wherever. We have scientifically, medically demonstrated that you have a lessened ability to operate a motor vehicle when you are impaired by alcohol or other exterior agents. And for that reason, we've determined as a society that we are not willing to put the health of others at risk and allow you to get behind the wheel of a car. That's a reasonable societal rule of law that makes sense to most of us. So there's always a natural tension that's going on with these things. Friends, these flock cameras, and I was thinking specifically about flock cameras when I posted this, but I'm telling you, this applies to everything in your lives. Every liberty that you currently enjoy will eventually be stripped away by your government in the name of public safety. It's always in the name of public safety. And they will do it. And one of these days, many, many years from now, you'll remember that Matt Murphy said this. You won't be able to find it on social media because social media will be gone. That will be stripped too. They never come for your guns because they say they want your guns. They come for your guns because they say that somebody else is doing bad things with those things, and we need to stop that other guy from doing those bad things. And so you just have to understand that this really isn't about you. It's about the other guy. Freedom of speech. hate speech. Oh, it's not about what you say. It's about what this other guy says and how people might react to what he says. Unreasonable search and seizure, warrantless searches. Hey, listen, we don't want to do this any more than any other person, but you got to understand that there's some dangers in your neighborhood, and we just want to make sure that everything's A-okay in your home. It's not about you. It's about the other guy and their public safety. Y'all follow me? Every liberty that you lose under the umbrella of public safety or security. And so we naturally should question a government's ability to do these things. It should be every single one of our default position to say no first. No. I was a firm no on cell phones. What I mean by that is I was a firm no on the provision that you could not use your cell phone in an automobile prior to the data coming back and demonstrating that individuals using cell phones while attempting to drive an automobile is more similar to drunk driving than anything else that they can do in an automobile. Right? I just use that as an example of how we should default to no until it is demonstrated to us that there is a real and compelling danger to the overall safety and security, and it's not something fabricated by government. It's something that's happening in real time. The reason I bring all of this up, about a dozen Murfreesboro residents spoke out against the city's use of license plate readers / flock cameras last night. According to Sydney Ware, I do not believe public safety should come at the expense of residents' privacy. Sydney, you're wise. Jay Hill, another resident, said, y'all are in the minority on this. We don't want this. Ken Weaver's been telling you about this all afternoon long. The meeting room, tents, residents were asked to leave, some of them. The flock system technology, which Murfreesboro police say is a, quote, force multiplier for the department in tracking and catching criminals, has also sparked nationwide concern about privacy data collection and the potential misuse by law enforcement. Here's the thing. Their rationale is, well, we're saving people. We're catching bad guys. Well, then why don't we require a security camera on every single piece of property in the United States of America? Every home, every place of business has to have a security camera directly linked to the police. As long as they promise they won't do anything bad with it, none of us should have a problem with it. If the cops show up at your home at 3 o'clock in the morning and they explain to you that, look, we don't believe you're doing anything wrong. We just want to search through your house. And if you don't have anything to hide, you shouldn't have a problem with that. If you're not doing anything illegal, you shouldn't have a problem with that. Well, do you? I'm not here to make the police and their job harder. I'm not here to make it harder. I'm here to tell you that my liberty is more important than your ability to easily catch a criminal. And if what I just said is controversial to you, I suggest you examine the way you're thinking about all of this. My liberty is more important than your ability to catch a criminal. And I love y'all. I love you. Not here to make it harder. I'm here to protect liberty. It's 25 after the hour on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Hello, friends. Matt Murphy for Better Water. Who is it for Better Water? I mean, if I told you that there were nasty things in your water that could cause problems for you and your family, I think you would take me serious on that, right? Well, the possibility exists that there are. We don't know until we get it tested. Here's a wonderful thing, right? At Better Water and Better Water LLC, they came out to my home, and Robert looked over my water, gave my water a full examination, and said, Murphy, you're pretty good. Your water is safe for drinking, safe for bathing, safe for washing your clothes. He said, if you want to make sure that you've got that pure taste, I would recommend maybe putting in a reverse osmosis system in the downstairs area, which we did. They have water softeners. They have specialized filters, UV lights, you name it. They do it. Better Water LLC. They're based out of Smyrna, and they've been there since 1971. Friends, they treat the water at the hospital. They treat the water at the coffee shop. They need to treat yours at your home or place of business. Give them a call. Tell them I sent you. Go to betterwater.com or call 615-355-6063, 355-6063 for Better Water LLC.
.30 on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Extreme heat warning extended through Sunday for Middle Tennessee. We're talking about feels like temperatures of at least 105 degrees each day. Today we hit 105 at Nashville International Airport as far as the feels like temperature goes. Got the full forecast and traffic coming up in 5 minutes. Authorities say a Nashville man admitted leaving his dog and cat in a vehicle while his apartment was being inspected. The dog later suffered heat-related distress and died, leading to an aggravated animal cruelty charge. Officers measured the temperature inside that car at 140 degrees. The man put his pets in the car because he didn't want inspectors to see them in his apartment. A Murfreesboro man facing charges after police say he threatened to sit in his driveway with a gun because school pickup traffic was blocking access to his property there at Scales Elementary School. Here's Amber Jayanth with Channel 4.
Murfreesboro police say 70-year-old James Weidman reached his boiling point last Friday, frustrated that parents were blocking his driveway. He allegedly called the school using a fake name to complain, saying if the issue wasn't resolved, he would sit in his driveway with a gun during school traffic.
I don't know the person, but I was like, wow, that we took it
What for? But those who know the minister say even they're surprised by his actions.
Well, Weidman was arrested on a harassment charge. He was booked into the Rutherford County Adult Detention Center. Today in federal court in New York, Luigi Mangione admitted he shot and killed United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in 2024, but his defense attorneys say it was the nation's healthcare system's fault, and they're working on protecting Luigi Mangione from a state trial on more serious charges.
Like the thousands of people who've reached out since this tragedy to share their own experiences, he believed that the system had failed him and destroyed his life.
Yeah, well, New York City Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch hasn't moved.
To those who idolize Luigi Mangione, I say this: violence is not a cause, murder is not a message, and a killer is certainly not a hero.
Mangione could face life in prison on the federal trial. His state trial is set for next month. Back here in Middle Tennessee, the Murfreesboro City Council says it still supports flock license plate reader cameras after last night's meeting. Here's News 2's Andre Mayer.
At times, the meeting room was tense, with some residents being asked to leave.
Hey, but you guys are all violating constitutional laws. I don't think you took it over the guys. You're out. Sorry. Let's go. Thank you. All right.
The flock system technology, which Murfreesboro Police says is a force multiplier for the department and being able to track and catch criminals, has also sparked concerns nationwide over privacy, data collection, and the potential for misuse by law enforcement.
Murfreesboro City Council says while it supports the technology, it says it is always open to more public input. And that's the latest news. Traffic and weather next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News. Rivergate got a crash 65 northbound before Vietnam Veterans Boulevard. Woodbine, a crash right lane block 24 westbound at 440. In Nashville, we've got Bell Road east of Brookview Estates Drive, Gallatin Pike at East Trinity Lane. In Madison, Gallatin Pike south at East Palestine Avenue. I'm Ken Weaver.
What's up, guys? It's Matt Murphy, and if you are in your home this weekend, and I imagine you'll be inside quite a bit considering the amount of heat that we're dealing with, look around at your cabinets, your bathroom cabinets, your kitchen cabinets. Are you happy with them? If you're not, did you know that there's a way for you to get happy with your cabinets through Timberland Cabinets? Founded in 2005, Timberland Cabinets is Middle Tennessee strong. They specialize in stress, high-quality cabinets, bathroom and kitchen varieties. Their core mission is to deliver those cabinets at a lower price point than you think possible, and they get to do that in Middle Tennessee especially because we're right here and there's no delivery on those cabinets. They operate a showroom in Columbia. They have one in Franklin as well by appointment. The beauty, the functionality of their cabinetry design is unmatched in our community. And friends, I've seen it. I've been there. So go by and talk to Tall Steve, Tiny Steve, Normal Size Steve. Talk to Debbie or the rest of the crew. You'll be happy that you did. Timberland Cabinets is your one-stop cabinet shop. Friends, the kitchen is the heart of your home. Make that heart as healthy as possible with Timberland Cabinets. TimberlandCabinets.com or 931-499-7170. 499-7170. Hey, friends, Matt Murphy for King & Associates Insurance. Your home and your automobile are two of your biggest investments, and at King & Associates, we protect both with coverage that fits your life and fits your budget. Whether you're a first-time homeowner, a growing family, shopping for better automobile rates, they make it very simple at King & Associates. No pushy salespeople, just honest advice, personalized service, and policies that make sense for you and your family. They're local and independent. They work for you. That's very important to me. Working for you as opposed to the big insurance companies, that matters, friends. tkinginsurance.com. That's tkinginsurance.com or 329-8121, 329-8121. Call today. tkinginsurance.com. King & Associates Insurance. Protecting what matters most. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Anticipating a victory today and nincompoops in the news. I am very excited about it. Ken Weaver back in the house. He's back in News Closet B. Jackson Williams ready to go.
Where's your story from?
In his position. What do you mean, where's my story from? You don't need to know where my story's from.
Well, you're going to go first.
That's fair. And I'm going back and forth, Jackson, I'll tell you. I got one out of Sweden.
Okay.
And then I got one, where's the other one? Oh, I got one out of Oregon.
Okay.
And then I got one out of Texas.
Okay.
Are we all good?
We're all good.
Where's yours from, Jackson?
You don't need to know that.
I've just told you where mine are coming from.
Mine are from the United States of America.
Oh, the good old USA.
Yeah, a local nincompoop.
Oh, in the state of Tennessee?
I didn't say that.
You didn't say that. I'm saying that.
You'll have to find out.
I guess I will. We're getting to nincompoops momentarily, but Mr. Bill's out there in the heat. Mr. Bill from Hendersonville, are you back at the fair today?
I am, Murph. I had to come out and get your favorite foods. You know, we had talked yesterday about getting some of your favorites. I think you wanted the fried bologna sandwiches with extra tomato, lettuce, onion, pickle, and Ken wanted the double fried cheeseburger.
Oh, yes. He enjoyed that last year very much. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I got two of them, one for him and one for the missus, and also got two of the fried bologna sandwiches, one for you and one for E. But I fortunately ate hers, so don't mention it to her if you don't mind.
We'll keep it on the hush-hush. We'll keep it on the DL.
And, of course, bringing up the rear for Action Jackson, we've got that funnel cake the size of a garbage can lid. So I have to warn you, there's going to be some math involved. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. The fried bologna sandwiches are $5 each. So that's 10.
Uh-huh.
The double fried, deep fried cheeseburgers, double cheeseburgers, are 14 each. That's 28. Yikes. So that subtotals 38. I'm going to need a GoFundMe by the time this is over. The funnel cake for AJ is 10. So that's 48.
That's you, by the way, Action Jackson. Yes, AJ.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I like it.
Jay Willie, Action Jackson. You said yesterday, don't bring you a smoked turkey leg, but I'm going to bring one anyway, and that's 20. So that brings it up to 68. Now, the only thing I haven't been able to find is a jar of Aunt Bee's famous homemade pickles that taste like kerosene. But
I don't think I can stand to live in a world knowing that there's 8 quarts of them pickles in it.
That's what Barney said.
That's what
now,
he said.
The one thing I'm still looking for, and I haven't found it yet, but I'm hoping somebody will have it, is a big batch of bourbon-flavored bull testicles for AJ, because, as you always say, there's nobody as full of bull as Action Jackson.
Well, I do always say that.
Yeah,
Jackson,
fact,
if we found that delicacy, would you pop one of those in your mouth? Would you pop that in your puss?
You first.
I'm going to pass on trying that. Somebody talked me into trying a mountain oyster one time, and then they told me what it was, and I think I threw it up along with the rest of my food. But I am planning to be there before you get off the air today, so we might even be able to have an on-air tasting session.
Mr. Bill, be careful, and the only way that I'm going to let you into the building is if you let me pay you for this food.
Well, we'll talk about it when I get there, but I will tell you this. I'm on the lookout because I brought my anti-cougar spray, because if a 300-pound cougar tries to take this smoked turkey leg, there's going to be a fight.
Mr. Bill versus the Cougar sounds like a good episode of a late-night television program that I would love to watch.
A big 300-pound cougar.
Mr. Bill versus the 300-pound cougar.
Yeah, that might already be a foregone conclusion as to who would win.
Named Goethe.
I'll be leaving here, and I'll be on my way down to the station.
Oh,
if Ken has to leave before I get there, you will have to put his cheeseburgers in the refrigerator so he can have them tomorrow.
100% will. 100% will.
Mr. Bill.
Mr. Bill, thank you.
sir.
Hey, hit me up when you get close. You didn't have to do all of that, but you're a good man. Mr. Bill is our number one agent of chaos out at the Wilson County Fairgrounds, and he last year brought us food. We didn't ask for him to. I made him take money last year, and so if he brings food, we're not letting him in the building unless he agrees to let me pay.
Yes, sir.
Because we're not doing all of that. But, my goodness gracious, get here quick, Mr. Bill, because Ken Weaver's got to go right after the newscast at 6:35, and Ken Weaver needs one of those, that deep-fried cheese. Remember that from last year?
Oh, dude, let me tell you something.
He ate it. I remember Ken eating it back there.
The cheese was suffocating the beef. And, I mean, it was just crying and gasping for air with every chomp.
I admit that I could tear up a fried bologna sandwich right now.
Oh, absolutely.
Just tear it out of the frame. Speaking of tearing things out of the frame, let's play Nincompoops.
I got some good ones.
Nincompoops in the news.
That's right, ladies and germs. You know what the news is. By now you've heard me opine on said same. It is time for the Nincompoops. We look all across the great state of Tennessee, all across these United States of America.
Nay, the globe.
Nay, the globe.
Nay, the globe. We find those nincompoops where they live and where they breathe, and we bring them to you on a daily basis. You have the opportunity to vote. Now, you've seen fit to vote for Matt Murphy twice this week, and I thank you for it. It is a rarity that I have an opportunity on these Fridays to actually win the Nincompoops trophy. But today is my day. I feel it. Jackson Williams wants to spoil that victory, as does Ken Weaver,
yes,
and I don't blame him. But I get to go first today, and I am just torn up as to what to do. Jackson, do you have the entire crew up on the Super Text, or rather the Super Talk TV?
I do now.
Can we see it?
You can see the corner of it.
If you move the camera, would you get in trouble?
If I knew which camera it was, yeah.
That's unfortunate. Jackson's got him. Have you seen his sign, Ken?
I have. I love it.
I love it, too. We got this sign at the primary night watch party at Hop Springs. We have officially launched Jackson's candidacy for governor, or as his sign says, gonorrhea.
That sounds like something you need to get checked.
Well, I would encourage the people that vote for you, they need to get checked. But, yeah, you can see it. You can see the side of the sign. We'll get a full shot of it, and I'll post it up on my social media platform at Matt Murphy Show. It says, Action Jackson for Governor.
Yes, sir.
Moving us forward with gravitas.
Gravitas.
What was that, Jackson?
Say it, Brother Jackson.
Gravitas.
Sponsored by Wally's Bean Machine. Thank you to Wally's Bean Machine for sponsoring our sign. Sir. We appreciate it. You gotta have money in a political campaign. Treasurer Matt Murphy. So I handle the money when that comes in.
I'll handle his press.
Oh, I like that, Ken. His press secretary, as it were, Ken Weaver. I love it. All right, so here's the deal. That notwithstanding, I'm going to go first. I'm going to let Ken Weaver go second.
Yay!
And
I'm
Willie.
tired of this constant collusion and nincompoops. Collusion. You know why I put you last, Matt?
Why's that?
Because I like telling you up yours. It's not anything harsh. It's not anything.
You said it's not personal?
Yeah, it's not personal. Actually, no, it's very personal. It's nothing about the game.
You just like talking about my rear. I get it. I get it. It's okay.
But every time one of you two wins, you know what happens?
It's Jackson
I go last.
Up the rear.
It's up mine.
It's because you're too good at it, Brother Jackson.
You're like the Alabama Crimson Tide of this Nincompoops game. You're like the New England Patriots in the heights of Tom Brady.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. You're like Tiger Woods in 2005 and 2006.
Yes.
Could not be beat. What are we supposed to do, Jackson? Just lay down and take it?
You just go ahead.
A person in Norway's Svalbard archipelago. Did I say that right?
Probably.
I mean, the Svalbard, I'm pretty sure of. It's archipelago. Well, a person in Norway's Svalbard archipelago in the Arctic is in a little bit of trouble for an incident that took place earlier this month when his vessel that he was sailing in a fjord, not to be confused with a ford. Now, those are two different things. Like Thames Ford Lake down there in beautiful Tullahoma, Winchester area, that's one thing. This is a fjord in northeastern Svalbard. It's around 620 miles from the North Pole. Well, the incident involved a polar bear. The occupants of a ship were said to have spotted a polar bear sleeping on land. The governor's office has ordered an individual to pay a hefty fine because that individual on the boat blew a foghorn to wake up the sleeping polar bear so as not to harm it in any further way. In other words, it is illegal in Svalbard, Norway, to blow your foghorn and to wake up a sleeping polar bear. Oh, it's almost like you said fjord. Fjord. Under local regulations, quote, it is forbidden to needlessly disturb, attract, or pursue a polar bear. Polar bears were declared a protected species in Svalbard in 1972. Some 260 polar bears were counted in the archipelago during the last scientific estimate carried out in 2015. Climate change and melting ice have threatened polar bears. Blah, 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 blah. My nincompoops, the people that find this guy, $5,500 U.S. dollars, $5,255 actually, because he used a foghorn to wake up a polar bear to get the polar bear out of the way so they could move on about their way. These people that are finding these individuals, a bunch of nincompoops.
Yes, sir.
Ken Weaver?
Couple charged after allegedly stealing hundreds of library books and then reselling them at a bookstore. This here's out of Mesa, Arizona, where an Arizona couple facing serious charges. Library officials contacted Mesa police on May 19th and reported a woman was trying to resell the items at half-price books. The problem is all of the books had Mesa Public Library on them. The bookstore refused to buy the books, and the woman immediately left the store. The library took the books and scanned them, finding that they were checked out to Ian Bartlett. Records showed he had 2 library accounts. One of them was suspended because of $1,565 worth of books were never returned. The bookstore then gave police 5 different receipts from transactions involving Athena Bartlett. She allegedly sold 423 books to the bookstore between May 7th and May 14th. When library officials checked records, they found that between Ian Bartlett's and Athena Bartlett's accounts, more than $6,500 was owed. On August 10th, Mesa library officials contacted police after seeing the couple back at the library.
Yikes.
During an interview with police, Athena Bartlett allegedly admitted that the two took the books to resell them. Both were arrested and facing charges of trafficking and stolen property.
Amen. My goodness gracious.
Library books are marked, folks.
Yeah, y'all, come on. I mean, how bad you need that cash? My goodness.
And by the way, they weren't naked.
Well, that's good for them.
Yeah.
By the way, before you go, Jackson, real quick, I'm going to try it one more time. Archipelago. Archipelago?
Archipelago.
Archipelago?
Pellegrino.
Bonacqua?
Dasane.
Go ahead.
Aquafina.
I've got some Aqua Velva.
Tape Water.
I've got one right here. It's a vintage 7-Eleven.
I bet you do.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
All right. Arizona teen charged for relentlessly targeting ex-girlfriend with dodgeballs during gym class.
You can dodge a wrench.
An Arizona teen was charged with assault when he and two of his pals allegedly targeted the boy's ex-girlfriend relentlessly with dodgeballs during their gym class, which left the girl with bruises.
Goodness.
Abel Chipper. That's almost a curse.
You know the best part is he says them with confidence, Ken.
Yeah.
Claimed he never meant to hurt his classmate when he and his friends hurled dodgeballs at the girl during warm-ups for the class at Mayer High School in Arizona, about an hour outside of Phoenix in December of 2025. I didn't think a dodgeball would hurt, and these are the small ones, too, so you can squeeze them and they compress and stuff. The boy told AZ Family on Wednesday. A social worker who had contacted the Yavapai County Sheriff's Office just days after the alleged attack on the girl claimed the boys had relentlessly assaulted her with dodgeballs when she came out of the bathroom.
Relentlessly.
The girl was allegedly hospitalized with serious bruising on her rib cage and lower right abdomen, according to a police report obtained by the outlet.
Oh, yeah, we shouldn't support these people getting hurt. I wouldn't know. I don't think that's a good idea.
No, sir.
Chipper and the other boys told police that the dodgeball warm-up was already underway when they targeted the girl, and they were adamant it wasn't malicious. Chipper admitted to the outlet that he threw a dodgeball at his ex-girlfriend and hit her, while another boy missed and a third also hit with the dodgeball. Obviously, I'm going to have to target somebody for dodgeball. It's dodgeball, the 13-year-old said.
Where was this story from?
Arizona.
Because that's how they talk in Arizona. They got this thick Southern accent.
He's a transfer student. Oh. You have to choose somebody, throw the ball, and try to get them out. The teen's mother, Cecily Chipper, told the AZ Family she had no idea police had interviewed her son at the school over the incident, only finding out months later when a letter from the Yavapai County Juvenile Justice Center arrived informing her that Abel had been charged with misdemeanor assault. It's absolutely ridiculous. This is a game that every school and the kid in the nation plays at some point in their life, the mother told the outlet. They're considering the dodgeball a weapon and that he knowingly or willingly recklessly harmed this girl just playing dodgeball in PE. Cecily Chipper said she would have to understand her son would deserve punishment if the situation was boys will be boys, but thinks things have gone too far.
Are you pronouncing their last name Chipper?
Yeah.
Like wood chipper?
Yeah, because there's an S in front of him. I'm afraid I'm going to say the bad word.
It's Shipper?
Shipper.
Yeah.
So you're just changing their last name because you don't want to say a curse?
When I'm in the governor's office, I can say names however I want to.
Fair. The Chipper family, you know.
It's just strange. And I was friends with her mom as well, Chipper said. The case goes before a judge on August 17th.
Jeez.
Do you think this is going too far?
They put her in the hospital, though.
Absolutely, man. I remember playing dodgeball we had these red balls, red inflatable balls, and I mean, they hurt.
Yes.
They don't use those anymore. I think I know what kind of dodgeballs he's talking about. They're foam.
Are they foam now?
Yeah, they're foam now.
They were hard. Listen, I know exactly what Ken's talking about. And my red balls hurt after dodgeball, too.
Yes, sir.
I think I might have said that wrong. You can vote for Jackson, but I wouldn't recommend it. You can vote for Ken. I wouldn't recommend it. You can vote for Matt Murphy. I would recommend it. Understand, I went back and I pronounced my fjord correctly. Just remember that. Archie Pelagio or something like that. That's how we play Nincompoops in the News. Super Talk 99.7 WT, and it is 5 minutes until 6 o'clock on Super Talk 99.7. Hello, friends. Matt Murphy, Contours LLC. My man Keith and the rest of the team. Piper's over there. Stephanie's over there. Leah as well. They'd love to hear from you. If you're frustrated because you've not been able to get the weight off that you've wanted to get off, if you've reached a certain age and you're like, well, Murphy, it's just not going to happen. I don't have the ability anymore. My metabolism has gotten to the point where I can't get the weight off. Contours is your friend. And our friends at Contours LLC in Franklin have been helping people transform their bodies for 5 years now with a proven record of success using red light technology. Contours LLC, reach them. Any questions you might have, 615-236-9960. 615-236-9960. Also online at contoursllc.com. Learn what I've learned. The technology is insane. And oh, by the way, it's a $99 deal for the Belly Buster special for the first 10 people that call. But here's the great thing. If you call and you don't lose 2 inches around your midsection, it's absolutely free. Free. You heard me correctly. That's how much they believe in their product. 615-236-9960 or online at contoursllc.com.
I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. The heat warning, extreme heat warning, has been extended through Sunday. We're talking about feels like temperatures of at least 105 degrees. Got the full forecast and traffic in 5 minutes. Right now in Nashville, Metro Police say a 7-year-old pit bull died after being left in a parked car during this week's extreme heat. Channel 4's Brendan Tierney says the dog's owner now faces an aggravated animal cruelty charge.
Animal control got a call just after noon yesterday about a dead dog in the parking lot here. Officers found 20-year-old Benjamin Dawson and a pit bull that had collapsed. The arrest report says he admitted to leaving the dog and a cat inside of a car to avoid an apartment inspection. But about an hour later, he went outside to find his dog throwing up and having seizures because the windows were only cracked. He tried to give the dog some water, but it died in the grass.
Yeah, Dawson set to appear in court on Monday. Murfreesboro police have arrested a 70-year-old man following a dispute over school pickup traffic. Investigators say James Weidman became frustrated because parents picking up students at Scales Elementary were blocking his driveway. Police say he told school employees he would sit outside with a gun during school traffic. This neighbor tells Channel 4.
I'm a little embarrassed for the neighborhood, and I don't really think that that's indicative of who lives here. I think that he has had some health issues, and that may play a part of it into his mind and his thinking.
Weidman now faces a harassment charge. He's scheduled to appear in court next month.
This is a special report from ABC News. I'm Brian Clark. Luigi Mangione pleaded guilty to 2 federal charges admitting to killing United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in 2014. ABC's Eric Katursky was in federal court in New York.
He said that he stalked Brian Thompson after learning there would be an investor conference for United Healthcare. He didn't know the exact location. He said he emailed United Healthcare posing as an investor with $50 million in capital so that he could learn it would be at a hotel in Midtown Manhattan. And from there, it's Mangione seen on video shooting Brian Thompson in the back.
He'll be sentenced in December, but still faces state murder charges. That trial's due to begin next month, but defense lawyer Karen Freeman-Anifilo says those charges should be dismissed.
It was a single tragic event, yet he's being prosecuted twice for the same conduct.
This is ABC News.
Here in Middle Tennessee, voters in Mount Juliet will decide whether to shift more of the cost from taxpayers to builders as the city continues to grow. News Channel 5 says voters will decide in November. Right now, many of those costs are covered by property and sales tax revenue. That's the latest news. Traffic and weather next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News. Lebanon, Wilson County got a crash 40 eastbound right there at Gallatin. That's going to be right there at Highway 109. In East Nashville, a wreck, Gallatin Pike at East Trinity Lane. Madison, Gallatin Pike South at East Palestine Avenue. That one has injuries involved. Then in Green Hills, we got a crash, Hillsborough Pike at Stokes Lane. Crash 40 westbound at Fessler's Lane. Then in Laverne, an injury crash, Murfreesboro Pike west of Laverne, Couchville Pike. I'm Ken Weaver.
Hello, friends. It is the Matt Murphy Radio Show. We've got one more hour to go. We'll call it a week, 8 minutes after 6 o'clock. Super Talk 99.7 WT. And you're always invited to be a part of the show. The telephone number is 615-737-9986, 615-737-9986. Are you going to have to send me a new one?
I did. You didn't join on my end.
It says, please wait until a meeting host brings you into the call.
Try one more time.
Let's do it one more time. Hey, friends. Matt Murphy Show. Super Talk 99.7 WT. I'm just resetting everything now. By the way, if I stretch this out long enough for another 60 seconds, I can officially declare the winner of Nincompoops in the News for the day.
It's a rigged process, and we will be fighting this. It is another instance of election fraud from the state of Georgia.
I hope that you can tell who's in the lead based on the manner in which Jackson is comporting himself right now.
They're colluding with the Oklahomians.
The Oklahoma folk have nothing to do with this, Jackson. But Matt Murphy is winning.
I'm ready to whine and complain.
Jackson, I knew who was winning the online poll when Jackson got into my ear in my headphones and said, "Your story sucked. Why are you doing so good?" Well, my story didn't suck. It was all about the pronunciation. It was all about the gravitas of the presentation.
Oh, here I come.
Oh, here you come. Nobody going anywhere. By the way, voting over right now. 6:10 in the
15
PM.
seconds left. Get your votes in.
6:10 in the PM. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. In the meantime, we've got more important and more serious matters to deal with on Super Talk 99.7 WTN, to include the evil, evil, evil Democrats. Folks, there are not enough words. There's not strong enough language in the English language to describe how evil I think this next individual is. And I'm going to share this video with you. It's 55 seconds long. This is from a broadcast of the Michael Shermer show. I don't know who Michael Shermer is, but he is talking to a Colorado physician by the name of Warren Hearn. Warren Hearn at one point went to medical school. Warren Hearn at one point swore to first do no harm. I understand that the government's role when it comes to abortion is a very tricky subject for some. I understand because I live it every day, where my faith compels me or your faith compels you that life begins at conception. We are not a faith-based government in terms of selecting one faith's belief structure over another. And it just gets tricky. But at some point, it's not so tricky anymore. For me, I've always said 8 to 10 weeks is a fine zone for me, where if you have had every opportunity along the path to decide not to get pregnant, to make preparations to ensure that you don't get pregnant, and by the way, when I say this, when I tell people this, I invariably get the hell beat out of me by some who say, no, it's a conception. But I've often said this too. There are some standards that we ought to all be able to agree upon when it comes to the issue of abortion. Anyone promoting the idea in 2026 of allowing a choice-based abortion after 20 weeks is a ghoul. You're evil. I don't know what to do with you. And I don't say that lightly, and I hope that you don't take it lightly. Everything before then is a debatable subject to me. But in the third trimester of pregnancy, that is a baby that can live exterior of your womb. Modern medicine demands us to accept simple facts about that baby. And if you choose to terminate that pregnancy, you are terminating that life. Now, once again, I don't want to get into a debate on it. I'm trying to set a standard that every person listening to me right now ought to be able to agree upon. Every single one of us ought to be able to agree that post 20 weeks, you have had every opportunity at your disposal. You could have chosen not to have sexual relations at all for fear of getting pregnant. You could have chosen to use a variety of different forms of protection. You could have chosen the morning after pill. Not that I would recommend. It's not a matter of me recommending these things. It's a matter of, if you believe in quote unquote choice, think about the amount of choices that you made that led you to the point that now you sit in a doctor's office and you're 21 weeks pregnant and you want to terminate that baby inside of you. You want to kill the baby. You had opportunities to choose and you did not. Your opportunity to choose is now over. Now, once again, I'm not arguing that that's the place that we should go. I'm arguing much sooner than that. 8 weeks would be fine with me. But the point is, every single one of us, regardless of your politics, political affiliation, lifestyle choices, background, whatever, all of us should be able to agree that beyond a doubt, based on empirical data, that you're dealing with another life and that life has rights. No, y'all stop misrepresenting my opinion on the super text line. Andrea, I'm not arguing the 20 weeks. Can y'all understand the subtlety of my argument? I'm arguing that nobody should be able to argue anything beyond 20 weeks. For the love, I hope you understand that. I'm setting this up based on what you're about to hear. And what you're about to hear is pure evil.
Are people coming to you from other states now? You're in Colorado.
Yeah. I've had patients coming to me from all over the country since I opened my practice.
Oh.
And that's been especially true since I developed the techniques and instruments and procedures for doing the later abortions, which are much more difficult and take a lot more expertise and experience.
Do you ever get any women in their second half of the second trimester or in the third trimester that say they have no medical problems, they just don't want the baby, they change their mind? Would you do it?
Well, of course, if the woman doesn't want to be pregnant, there's no justification for forcing her to continue the pregnancy.
Okay. Has that happened?
That happens all the time. Of course. I mean, she has potentially fatal illness condition that can kill her.
No, I mean, if she has no medical problems.
The medical problem is that she's pregnant.
This person practices. His name is Warren Hearn, and he practices in Colorado. We can debate the finer points of 8 weeks or 10 weeks or no weeks. Did you hear this? He said that he is willing to abort and does abort elective abortions in the 7th and 8th month of pregnancy. Now, Democrats have been telling us for a long time that none of this happens. Kamala Harris, I recall, in a debate with Donald J. Trump in 2024, argued that elective third trimester abortions are non-existent and they don't happen. That's very convenient, especially when you have a bunch of liberal a-holes sitting in the debate dais who refuse to fact-check her on that front. This is ghoulish, evil behavior in our midst.
Their second half of the second trimester or in the third trimester that say they have no medical problems. They just don't want the baby. They change their mind. Would you do it?
Well, of course.
Okay. Well, of course. So, third trimester of pregnancy. Obviously, heartbeat, obviously, many, many examples and cases of babies in the third trimester being born prematurely. There is, in this doctor's mind, so based on his evil statement, there is no difference between what he does in the 8th month of pregnancy and a woman having a premature baby at 8 months, that baby living and existing outside of the womb, and that woman deciding to kill her baby because she's just decided that she doesn't want the baby anymore. I've been arguing for a while that there are Democrats that care so little about babies that they would not have an argument if you decided upon birth that you wanted to kill yours. And this guy's saying it out loud. Saying it out loud.
Well, of course, if the woman doesn't want to be pregnant, there's no justification for forcing her to continue the pregnancy.
Okay.
Okay, there's no justification to force her to, except there's another life inside of her. So what I would love to hear, and I don't know who Michael Shermer is. I don't know what his show is all about. And, you know, kudos for him getting this ghoulish doctor on to admit these types of things so that we can hear the evil out loud, because you need to recognize the evil that it is in order to confront it, in order to face it. But you hear what he said? There's no justification. What about the fact that another life is involved, sir? Are you suggesting that a parent should have the authority, moral and otherwise, and the legal ability to kill a baby at any point during the first year of that baby being born? Sorry about that. This is just...
Well, of course, if the woman doesn't want to be pregnant, there's no justification for forcing her to continue the pregnancy.
Okay. Has that happened?
That happens all the time. Of course. I mean, she has.
It happens all the time. He's talking about third trimester elective abortions.
A potentially fatal illness condition that can kill.
He referred to pregnancy as a potentially fatal illness. This is a doctor.
No, I mean, if she has no medical problems.
The medical problem is that she's pregnant.
The medical problem is that she's pregnant. Warren Hearn, the face of evil, legally practicing in the state of Colorado right now, and liberal Democrats allow this to go on in their state. It is a rarity, but sometimes I'm left speechless. 22 after the hour on Super Talk. Hello, friends. Matt Murphy for Eurofix. Want a place where European auto repair doesn't really feel like European auto repair? It's Eurofix. I mean, they're not stuffy. They're just down to earth. They're ready to help you and help your European automobile. They're not your typical greasy garage either. Clean, comfortable, and inviting. They have a 3-year, 36,000-mile nationwide warranty on all of the repairs that they perform. Plus, they do so at below dealer pricing. You don't have to be ghosted by a dealer, and you don't have to deal with dealer pricing. Locations in Nashville, Franklin, Belmead, Murfreesboro, and Mount Juliet. Call them today, 844-EUROFIX, Euro. You know how to spell Eurofix, right? EURO. Eurofix, or online at myeurofix.com. Friends, they have a rental car available for you at every appointment, a free 15-minute no-wrench inspection. It's all about you at Eurofix and fixing that European automobile. Tell them I sent you to Eurofix. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. There's the voice of Ken Weaver back in News Closet B. Jackson Williams, Jay Willie, Action Jackson behind the glass. I love your new sign, Jackson. Looks so good. Perfect.
She's a beaut.
She's a beaut. I agree. Your thoughts on this latest? Warren Hearn apparently retired at some point last year. He's been practicing abortive medicine, if you call it. He's been killing babies since 1973. Was born in 1938. So at least we got that going for us, that he'll be dead soon, which will be nice. I don't say that about a lot of people. Ross is next up. Hey, Ross.
Hey, appreciate you taking my call, man. I love you guys as always, but I just got to add a couple things. I did this once. I am a sinner, and I did that to my child, killed my child once, and I got grace from God from it. I learned from it, and it was the worst thing I ever did. So anybody out there, please, you will regret it being a man or a woman. That being said, I know you're saying the left is killing babies, but the right are killing babies just as much, because you can, right now in Tennessee, order an abortion pill from Texas that has totally, abolished abortion, and get pills to abort your baby anytime you want. You can do it in your house, your college dorm, whatever. So it's just crazy. I mean, you think you made some progress on Roe versus Wade, but it's still happening just as much or more.
Well, I do believe that we as a society have made progress. I think we need to continue to preach and support the concept of life first and defaulting to life as opposed to, allowing ourselves to be taken over by a death cult like Warren Hearn. So I'm sorry that happened to you, Ross. God bless you, and thank you for being willing to tell a little bit of your backstory. I do appreciate it.
I just pray for all you that are going through it. It's a tough choice, and they will try to trick you and tell you this. It's not a human. It is a human.
Of course.
From conception. I mean, if it wasn't a human, you wouldn't have to abort, So just keep that in mind. Some people say certain weeks or whatever. It's a human. As soon as it's conceived, you're killing a human. So keep that in mind. Love you all.
Thank you, Ross. Appreciate the telephone call. Let's get one more in here. Al is next up. Hey, Al.
Hey, Matt, I appreciate your perspective because you're getting a good message across. What I'd like to say is that is someone that is a part of you, someone you will never know, someone that would have loved you. And you want to just move on. It's just ridiculous. I'm talking about people just think abortions are dime a dozen.
Al, you broke up a little bit. I think I got the spirit of the call, and I'm...
Yeah. Okay. Have you got me now?
Yeah, I've got you now. Now, finish that last part again.
Okay. The abortion.
Yes.
That's someone that is a part of you.
Yes, sir.
Someone that you never will know, and somebody that would have loved you. Now, why does somebody think they ought to do that? Would they like their mother to do them like that?
Well, no, I don't understand it, Al. And listen, I appreciate the telephone call, and I appreciate the sentiment. I had it on my heart to bring this to the table before we ended the show today, but we're going to lighten the load considerably coming up in just a moment. Matt Murphy movie Mayhem is on the way. I'm going to present my movie. I invite you, throw out some movie suggestions, and Jackson and I will review some of those movie suggestions on the super text line to find ourselves a third film. Jackson, you got your movie?
I will.
Jackson will. Matt will. You will. Throw us out some suggestions, and we'll do Matt Murphy movie Mayhem on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. USS is United Structural Systems. And friends, if you've not called USS to your home, I would humbly ask why. What are you waiting for? Do you not want the knowledge that your house is A-OK and on rock-solid foundation? Because here's the deal. They don't pressure you into anything that you don't need. They explain exactly what's going on with your home, exactly what's going on with the topography of Tennessee and the topography of the land underneath your home, and how it can impact you. Now, if you have a problem, they'll let you know, but odds are you don't, and you'll be A-OK. And it's an absolutely free inspection. You don't have to worry about it. Over 30,000 customers have trusted USS. Over 30 years of service to the Middle Tennessee community. They understand Tennessee. They understand the homes in Tennessee, the topography of Tennessee, and they can help you. All I beg of you is just make the call, go to the website, and get an appointment, no obligation appointment with USS, because they can help with the waterproofing of your home, the foundation repair of your home. They'll get it done for you and your family. USSTN.com, USSTN.com. There's only one that I will recommend, and it is United Structural Systems. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Thank you for being around. We appreciate each of you. 38 after the hour. Mangione pleaded guilty earlier today to killing the CEO of United Healthcare, Mr. Thompson. That's good news, I suppose. He will still apparently face state charges. That's also good news. In the meantime, we've been fielding your telephone calls, but we're going to turn into a different direction right now, because we like to do this on these Fridays, turn our attention away from the world of politics. There's a lot of serious matters going on, and maybe give you a little something to think about or something to do over the course of the weekend, because it's not just about us. It's about you. You're invited to participate in what we like to call Matt Murphy Movie Mayhem, starring Action Jackson Williams, co-starring Matt Murphy. We select 3 films, we put them up for you to vote, and you vote them in or out. I mean, that's the way it is. We watch a movie. Jackson and I watch a movie over the weekend, unless one of us forgets, which has happened the last 2 weeks. And then we review said film on Monday. Jackson, I've got my film. You want me to go first? I'll just give you a little description.
Go ahead.
From 1987. Now, Jackson gets a little, I know him well enough. Jackson starts getting itchy if the movies are like pre-1990. But he still has to abide by the hard and fast rule that he's never asked to watch a black and white film, but every other film is fair game. But I think you will love this movie, Jackson. It's from 1987. It's about an hour and 33 minutes long, which is right in your window. It's a comedy. It's a screwball. It's an eclectic, weird, eccentric comedy by the Coen brothers. It's Raising Arizona. You got a panty on your head. Anyway, it is one of the most quotable films in my movie watching history, and I think you'll enjoy it should the audience decide on it. Jackson, what's your film up for consideration?
Matt, I think you know this. I've been on a little bit of a Marvel kick lately.
You have, yes, since I've known you.
I enjoy the superheroes, the comic books, the different movie adaptations, and there's one that neither one of us has seen that I've heard is very good. It's one of the best Marvel films of the last few years, and it is available on streaming.
And it is?
The Fantastic Four.
Oh.
First Steps. Do you think I was going to go Spider-Man?
I did.
I'm not going to make you go to the
Pleasantly
theater.
surprised with that.
Mainly because I don't think you've seen the other 3 Spider-Men.
I have not.
Oh.
I have not.
Oh.
You'll get me at some point, I'm sure.
You're missing excellence.
You'll
and
hook me
I
at some
have a recommendation.
I have to be consistent because I feel like sometimes if a movie's not in your wheelhouse, you are predisposed to hate it before you see it. And I do the same thing. We're similar in that way that if I don't think I'm going to like it, I'm kind of already against it. But I'm trying to be better about that. So I'll be better about that with these Marvel movies.
This is Pedro Pascal. I mean, a very, very good cast. I'm interested to see. I'm probably going to watch this movie anyway.
It had I remember when the trailers came out, it had a real cool, like, retro
1950s, 60s kind of vibe to it.
Like
and
a feel to it.
I
Like
want to
almost
see
a
what they do
Jetsons
that.
kind of
Yeah,
feel
kind of like a Jetsons feel. So I'm very interested in that.
All right, the consensus on the third movie, and
I had a suggestion.
All right, what do you got?
Oppenheimer.
Oh, Oppenheimer.
The atomic bomb.
I've seen. Well, we could do 4, right?
Yeah.
Put Oppenheimer in there, and then put Secondhand Lines in there. Secondhand Lines is a great movie. It is. Well, I take that back. I say it's a great movie. It's got a great cast. I've only seen the first 40 minutes of the movie. I've not seen all of it.
What is it called again?
Secondhand Lines, starring Michael Caine and Robert Duvall. They have to take over caring for Haley Joel Osment, I think his name is. Good film, good flick, and I would love to see the second half of it because I've only seen the first. Secondhand Lions, Lions. And so it's Oppenheimer at Secondhand Lines. It's Raising Arizona. It is the Fantastic Four. 4 fabulous opportunities for us to watch film over the weekend, movie over the weekend.
I feel like that's just such a eclectic mix there.
It's a good list. It's a fine list. And we'll get a good movie out of that one way or the other. And frankly, depending on the movie that comes out successful, I might watch another one of these films over the weekend because I sure as hell am not going outside because it's 187 blazing degrees outside. All right, so there you go. We'll put that up on the voting is officially underway on the YouTube chat. So you YouTube chatters over there, vote early, vote often. If you're not on the YouTube chat, get over there to vote right now. All right, so we just got first few votes have come in. And, yeah, that's good stuff. So 4 separate movies to choose from. Once again, Raising Arizona, Fantastic Four, First Steps, Secondhand Lines, or Oppenheimer, our 4 choices. I'm a little surprised you've not seen Oppenheimer.
I have. I saw it in the theater.
Oh, you have seen it. Okay.
I saw it 70 millimeter IMAX.
I did, too. I saw it out at
Opry Mills.
Opry Mills, yeah. What a tremendous shot of the bomb going off. I don't want to ruin anything for anybody, but you just have to see it to understand it. And worth the 70 millimeter ticket price just to see that scene alone. Great movie. It's up there. Secondhand Lines up there. Fantastic Four and Raising Arizona. Okay. Tell you what we'll do. I've got a few other items that I want to get to before you go. Do not be deceived by liberals who claim that they care about women. Liberals only care about women if they think it benefits them politically. They only protect women when a threat becomes a political liability. They have no morals. And if you want an example of what I'm telling you about, Graham Plattner is back in the news for all the wrong reasons. Graham Plattner, who dropped out of his race against incumbent Senator Susan Collins in July after numerous reports of, shady goings-on, shenanigans. I mean, obviously, this guy had a Nazi tattoo on his chest. He was unfit for service, unfit for duty, and then eventually it took one of his ex-girlfriends accusing him of sexual assault and another person, Lindsay Fifield, charged that he physically abused her. He will not be on the ballot in November, but he will be the featured speaker at the Hancock County Activist Labor Day Rally for Labor in Maine, in Ellsworth, Maine, to be precise, marking one of the first public appearances since he quit his campaign. The alleged victims of accused rapist Graham Plattner are now calling it a slap in the face that the scandal-scarred former Democrat Senate nominee has been tapped by an activist group to deliver the keynote address at an upcoming Labor Day rally in the Pine Tree State. In a joint statement, Jenny, I don't know how to pronounce her last name, and I'm sorry. It's Rassicot. I'm going to go Rassicot, and I'm sorry that I don't know how to pronounce her last name. Jenny Rassicot and Lindsay Feifeld expressed shock and frustration that Plattner, who has denied all accusations against him, is still being given a platform despite his refusal to take accountability for the pain that he's caused. In the weeks since we spoke out, Graham Plattner has had every opportunity to take accountability for the pain he caused. Instead, he's continued to double and triple down, discrediting us, telling blatant lies about his past. Now he's trying to sweep the truth under the rug and pretend things are back to normal. They added, while Graham Plattner's behavior is disappointing, it's hardly surprising. What is surprising, there are people who are still willing to give him a platform despite his refusal to take any accountability for his actions. You see, the Democrats want you to believe that they believe all women. They want to suggest that they care about women and women's issues. They only care about these issues when it benefits them, when they think they can get votes out of it. And only until Graham Plattner became a political liability did they throw him under the bus. Not before, only until he became a political liability. It's shameful. But what would we expect? These are leftists, after all. I pray God people see better of it in November. I pray God people of Maine and around the country understand what we're dealing with when it comes to November. I started this show by monologuing about the real threats that we face in the United States. And I understand the political frustrations that some of us feel exist in the Republican Party. I share them. Amongst conservatives, we have differences of opinion about what to prioritize, what's more important, what's less important. I understand it. But let us not lose sight of the forest for the trees. The real enemy are people that want to fundamentally, to use Barack Obama's words, transform the United States of America into an image of their own liking, which includes socialism and communism. Graham Plattner was a communist. It's the reason that he got platformed in the way that he did. Communists don't care about immoral, unethical, shameful, or criminal behavior as long as it achieves their goals and desires. Graham Plattner was going to do that for them, they thought, until he couldn't. And when he couldn't, they threw him away. They don't care about him either. They don't care about him either. He's a means to an end. And that end will not end well for us if we allow it. It's 48 after the hour, almost 49 past on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Hello, friends. Matt Murphy for the Glock Store. Oh, boy, they've always got something going on in the Glock Store. We tell you that all the time, and it's absolutely the truth. But this one is pretty special for me because I've had a chance to do the Force on Force class, and I cannot recommend this enough. It's happening on September 19th, but that's not the most important thing. I mean, obviously, it's important. Make sure you're going to be in town. Classes at 9:30 and 2. But you need to sign up for this very quickly. There are only 15 slots available per class. This is intense. It's realistic. It is live action scenarios. When we did our scenarios, Dan Mandis, Chris Hand, and myself, Matt Murphy, had an opportunity to go through this thing. And I can't tell you how exciting it was. I mean, adrenaline pumping, right? You're given a little class with a briefing. And they tell you about Tennessee law and what you can do and what you can't do and what you're allowed to do and what you're not allowed to do. And you use technology. It's pretty cool. You use a Glock training pistol. So you're firing projectiles, right? Chalk-based projectiles. And the people that are in there with you are firing those at you as well. So you wear some, face protection, a face guard and whatnot. And then you go into this scenario, and they change from time to time. So everyone is different. Mine involved an altercation where I didn't see a weapon at first, and then I did, and then I had to make some split-second decisions about what to do, with the understanding that if you make the wrong decision, you could end up dead. If you make the wrong decision, you could do something that puts you behind bars, right? I mean, this is how lifelike and realistic this truly is, but it is safely within the confines of the Glock store. So my experience was incredible. I think yours will be as well. Go to glockstore.com/FOF. That's force on force. glockstore.com/FOF. Once again, 15 slots available per session. Reserve yours today at the one and only Glock store. I have something to say about that public service announcement, but I'm going to wait until after I talk to you about Genesis Diamonds. But you guys wait, because there's something I need to say about that PSA. All right. Now, here's something I need to say about Genesis. They are your one-stop shop for all things diamonds in this community, and they want to see you. They're having record success. Why? Because they do it the right way and always have. Genesis Diamonds is locally owned. They're staffed by real experts with warranties and guarantees that are unheard of, and personalized attention that does not rise to the level of salesmanship. I mean, so they don't have pushy salespeople. They don't work on commission. That means that they're not there to sell you anything. They're there to help you find the right thing for you, whether that's a diamond pendant or a bracelet or a set of earrings or a beautiful ring, whatever it might be. They've got it at Genesis. Whether you're looking for a classic ring or something ultra modern, natural diamond, lab grown, they've got them all for every price point, every budget. And they can help you find the right thing for that loved one, whether it's an anniversary, a birthday, or just because. Genesis Diamonds. Also, don't miss their amazing pre-owned Rolex selection. Genesis Diamond, Green Hills and Cool Springs. Go by and see them today. When you walk through those doors, tell them Matt Murphy sent you to Genesis Diamonds. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Raising Arizona, you're going to love it.
I'm excited.
You're going to love it. John Goodman, Nick Cage in his prime. Holly Hunter is fabulous. I see here, Jackson, I'm not ruining anything when I say this. I see here your Arizona is not your real name. No. What's your real name? Huff Hines. Why'd you change it? Would you buy furniture from an unpainted Huff Hines? Anyway, so Raising Arizona is the big winner. Second-hand lines is coming second. Fantastic Four, First Steps, third. And Oppenheimer, a disappointing 9% of the vote. With all of the votes tallied, Raising Arizona will be the official film. Although, I'll tell you, I might go ahead and watch Fantastic Four.
I think we do a 2-movie weekend.
A twofer. Let's go. Let's make it happen. Let's go!
Raising Arizona and Fantastic Four, First Steps will be the 2 movies watched.
That's right.
Mainly because me and Matt really want to watch Fantastic Four.
I do, although I'm getting some, you know what? To each their own. We're not going to make a matter of taste a matter of fact, but I'm getting some negative reviews on the Super Taste.
I love Marvel, so I know I'll like it.
Well, I dig that, the feel, the vibe that it had. I kind of dig that, so I'm looking forward to that. We'll give you a full-throated review at 6:35 come Monday after watching those 2 films. Now, let me say something about this PSA. The bullying PSA that you just heard. Now, number one, I suppose that I should be thankful that we got a PSA there, that we have an opportunity to provide you a public service announcement because, but when the primaries were going on, that would have been Michael Lotfy kissing the butt of Marsha Blackburn. So, I mean, that's fine.
Oh, no, those are still there.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, they ran this week.
Oh, sweet. Thank you, Lotfy. Or whatever, some sort of political commercial. That commercial has been running long enough that I've had time to think about this. Bullying's wrong. Treating people rudely or badly because they are different than you, that's wrong. But the little girl that says that she sits alone at lunch because she smells, well, that's on you. Right? You can't help it if your family doesn't have the money to, provide you with the fancy designer blue jeans or whatever. That's nonsense. And, some people are bigger than other people and, it's a genetic thing. And so some people are chubby and that's wrong to pick on those people. And some people are short. If you stink and someone tells you that you stink and you continue to stink, isn't that kind of on you? Unless there's whatever medical good. It annoys. And at lunch, I learned that I sit alone by myself because I smell. Well, then wash. Wash yourself. And maybe you can make some friends. Also, just another thought. In the 20 years since I've been listening to the autism commercial, and I'm not making this up, when I first started driving into work at 3 o'clock in the morning in Birmingham, Alabama, going to my morning show, they said that autism affected 1 out of every 160 kids. Now it's down to like 1 out of every 14 or something. Like, are we just getting a lot more autism going on or what? Also, when they say 1 out of every 5 kids goes to bed hungry, you know how they get that? While I'm off on this tangent, they ask kids if they've ever gone to bed hungry. And if the kids say they have, they count that as kids are going to bed hungry. What kid has not said that they have never gone to bed hungry? Come on. All right, that's going to wind it down for yours truly. Don't forget, Jackson Williams is running for governor. More on that next week as we officially launch Action Jackson for Governor 2026. Ken Weaver, we love you. He's on his way home. We thank you for being a part of the week this week. For Action Jackson, for the aforementioned Mr. Weaver, this is Matt Murphy speaking and saying, have a good day. Pass it on. Hug your loved ones. So long, everybody.